And that's what I wanted to do. Is like if you sit down in here, we're gonna go through all that stuff. I'm gonna get to that. Ray's gonna drop the link to the YouTube channel and the social medias. Make sure you guys follow me on social media. But whatchamacallit, the YouTube channel, in case anybody's gotta leave. All the stuff that I go over is going to be on the YouTube channel. This class is live right now on YouTube. I just literally clicked it live. So as we go through it, you can come back, you can watch it, you can see it. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll get everybody rocking and rolling. We'll get you guys up to where you need to be. So without further ado, let's get started. Let me see a bunch of readies in the chat. Who's actually ready? Who's actually ready? Let's see how many readies we got. There we go. That's it. I got 58 people, and we got no. There we go. Now I'm seeing some movement. All right, let's move. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's open up M2 Phenom. Let's get you guys to see my screen. I'm gonna put anybody that can put their cameras on. That would be much appreciated. But if you can't, that's okay. I'm gonna share my screen. Put a 1 in the chat when you can see my screen. I'm just going to get my chat up. Is this really live? Yes, it's always live. Every week I put this live. Every class that I do, I put live. And if you would like to see that, hold on. Here we go. Somebody think I'm going to lie to you about putting it live. Here you go. Right here. Live and ready to go. So there you go. You can see yourselves live. Say, hold on, wait. I think I put this live. Every class that I do, I put live. So there you go. If you would like to see that, hold on. Here we go. All right. So guys, when I do that, yeah, no problem. Hey, look, that's why I give you guys the stuff that you guys have. I want you guys to see it. So if you're like, oh, I got to go to another class, but I don't know what to do, you guys can go back and go watch that. If you got to drive or something, you don't want to stay in the Zoom meeting, but you want to put on the YouTube, put the YouTube on, we got you. We'll take care of you right now. We'll get everybody rocking and rolling. Ray's getting everybody. He's going to keep sending out that, that registration link. If you guys haven't registered, get as many registrations as I possibly can. I want to tell everybody, thank you for coming on this Wednesday night. I'm going to do my best to give you the most information possible. The thing that I would like to say to everybody is right off the bat, just do me a favor. I don't like muting everybody. I don't like, holding you guys back from asking questions. I don't care how long this class takes. This class can go as long as we want it to go. Dion doesn't put any restrictions on me on how long that this needs to go. I have people in here to help us if we need to do any walkthroughs or anything immediately. I have people in help that we can go have one-offs with and come back to class. We're here to get you to where you need to be and teach you how to do credit repair. So at the end of the day, let's get started. Be respectful is all I'm asking, and we'll go from there. So on this sheet, ladies and gentlemen, now that everybody can see my screen, and please, last night I had an error. Somebody couldn't see my screen. Can I just get ones again in the chat if everybody can see my screen? I apologize to everybody. I just want to make sure that we got a bunch of ones. If you can't see my screen, put a 2 in the chat just in case, because I want to make sure that we're good. The whole point of being here is going to see what I'm doing. Great. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So here we go. In this software, this line over here on this page is a very important piece to this page and also to the software. It's got your name, but it's got your email address. Your email address is also your username for the software. So we want to make sure that if you guys understand this, you take a screenshot when you first get into the software. Take your screenshot for your username, because you can always recover your password, but to recover your username, it's going to be a little harder. So take that screenshot and we'll go in from there. Now, general attacks. I'm going to explain this to everybody. Ray, I just got a message on Facebook. Can you answer that for me, please? General attacks remaining. 824 attacks. I'm going to explain to you what this is. A general attack is a currency. It can be called a general attack. It can be called a GA. It can be called a credit. It can be called a token. Whatever you want, it's all the same thing. It is the currency to pay the AI to generate the letters for you. Now, let me break down what this software can do for you. One token, 1 month. If I generate one token, it will generate 1 month's worth of letters for one client. And it will generate an unlimited amount of letters for that client in that generation. So what does that mean? Let me break it down. If I click generate and the client has 100 negative items, right? It will generate 300 pages, 300 letters, and 3,000 pages. Now, on the other end, say I have another client, which is another token. If he's got 10 negative items, he can generate 30 letters and 300 pages. But it still will generate whatever the maximum it is to take care of what you need to get the negative items removed in your software. Ladies and gentlemen, the software is 110% compliant. What does that mean? Because it goes on Metro 2, it attacks. It is not a dispute software. You are not claiming that you didn't do it on the FCRA. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say this to everybody in here. The owner of the company, when we had a conversation, him and I, a long time ago, he said a majority of people did not pay their bills. So why would you send a letter out that says it's not mine? You know it's yours. That's considered fraud. So let's go in there and understand this, that this software is not saying it's not mine. It is saying, hey, Bureau, the way that you reported it is incorrect. And because you reported it incorrect, it's got to be removed, because we can use the FCRA, which is the governing code, to remove that. Equals one client, equals 1 month of letters. Good job. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you for that clarification. Yes. So we want to make sure that we understand that how this letter system works. And I'm gonna touch it one more time and then put a 5 in the chat if we understand it. If I have one client today that has 100 negative items, this software can generate 300 pages, 300 letters, and 3,000 pages. If I have a client that's got 1,000 negative items, the software can generate 30,000 letters and 3 million pages. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes or no? No. Ms. Jones, still don't make sense to you? No? It's okay. That's the whole point, Ms. Jones. I want to make sure it makes sense to you. That's the key. So one token. I want you, Ms. Jones, I'm not going to date you, but you remember the arcades from back in the day? When we went to the arcade and we got those little tokens? Okay, I want you to think of the same thing. You remember skee ball? We had to put a token inside the skee ball machine, and then the balls would drop and we get to play the machine? Well, what happens if we drop the token in there and then we wouldn't want to play the game? When the balls drop, we couldn't get the token back, right? So think of this system like that. When we drop that token and we click generate, that's it. We got to play that game. That letter's done. Whether it's right or wrong, it's generated. And it will generate for whatever the file needs. It will generate unlimited for what that file needs for that generation. So that's 1 month worth of letters. So it will send out 1 month worth of letters. It's only 30 days, which is one round, ladies and gentlemen, just to let everybody know that. There's one round. It will generate a whole lot of things. And I'll get in, I'll show you how many it generates. But I want to make sure that you got that. Does that make sense? Does that analogy make better sense to you? Or still no? It's better? Give me a nod. I'm looking directly at you in the camera, girl. Give me a nod. All right, beautiful. Let's go. Let's go. I told you guys, I'm going to make sure you guys understand this. Don't think I'm lying. I'm going to make sure that you guys get this. I'm not leaving here until everybody tells me, yes, I get it. Or at least I'm going to come back 3 or 4 more times because I just need to do repetition. Are we good, ladies and gentlemen? Let's put a 5 in the chat. If we don't understand that, let's put a 7 in the chat and we'll go back and do that. There we go. Look at all my 5s. Beautiful. Donnell, I saw you put your hands up. I got you, bro. I got you. I got that. That's why the cameras are on. I'm watching, guy. I'm watching. I got 4 monitors up in this room. I'm watching everything that's going on. Beautiful. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. So now, software has 2 free communities. The first free community is on Facebook. So what you do is go to Got Questions over here, click Join Free Community, and it'll send you to the Facebook group. There's 19,848 members in this software. Okay, that I've at least used this software over a period of time. Okay, and the software is this system's been over 4 years. Now, Ray and I and my team are more active in the school community, which is a lot newer. Ray, can you drop that link for everybody for the school community? Ray just dropped the link in the chat, everybody. If you click the school community, it'll pop up over here, and you can see that. There's 945 members, and inside we got 16 people on, and we're working through the system right now, so we can see that. So everybody just know that this is the system. This is where we go. We prefer school. I'm going to be honest with everybody. I prefer school over the Facebook community. Just real active people here. As you can see, there's 16 people online, and we can see what they're doing. So if you guys need anything, just let us know, okay? All right, let's go. Let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. If you have an issue with the software, to create a technical ticket, you're going to come over here and click submit and add a ticket. If you have a general question, just go to account info issues. But the rest of the stuff, try to keep it as important as possible. And then you just write what's going on. If you want a live walkthrough, ladies and gentlemen, this is our live walkthrough. Monday and Wednesdays are at 8 p.m. Mr. Bora teaches Monday. I teach Wednesday. I also teach Tuesday. Mr. Bora teaches Thursday. That is at 6 p.m. EST. And then you have Saturday at 11 a.m. EST. Okay? It's all on your dashboard, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't remember it, when you log in, just log in and click the dashboard. This is also a link to join the meeting. Put it in your calendar, ladies and gentlemen. Put it on your phone. Tell everybody to remind you to put it on the phone, and then grab the link. Right here, you can do it off your thing. Grab the link, copy link, and put a link in your phone. So when it dings at you 5 minutes before, you just got to click join. Put it in your phone so you never miss a class, so you can get in and work with it. Now, I'm done here. Ray, let's drop that YouTube channel one more time, everybody. I'm going to skip the get started section just for a reason. Get started section is getting updated. So some of the videos are a little bit old. So we just dropped the live. Ray dropped the live, but he's got the YouTube link. Get the YouTube link. We have a playlist in there that's live. That is all the new stuff in the software, so you don't have to worry about anything. So get that. He just dropped it. So make sure you like and subscribe on that one. All right. Now, y'all want me to go over pricing first? Or do you want me to go over on how to actually set up a file when it will save pricing for the end? I'll leave it up to you guys. You let me know what it is. You want to see the software work first? Or do you want to know how much it is before you see it? Let me know. Put it in the chat. One, see first. Okay. I'll say Zoom users getting it. See the software first. Perfect. All right. Let's get to it. Instead of going over pricing, I'm going to show you guys how to get your credit report, how to pull your credit report, how to set up the right file, and then actually go and generate a letter. Then we'll go over pricing after that. Ready? So let's do this. So to get your credit report, we're going to click Get Credit Report over here, and we're going to go to My Free Score Now. When we go My Free Score Now, you can use this. If you have an affiliate, ladies and gentlemen, use your affiliate. But you can use this. They have unlocked the Epic Pro report for the system specifically built for this software. So I want everybody to understand there's more data that comes out of the Epic Pro report. So it's built directly for their software. So make sure you have an affiliate. They unlock it. If you don't have an affiliate, make sure you get it from your software. M2 Phenom has it. So it's ready to go, ready to rock and roll. If you have Goat Repairs as well. All of them have it. Now, I'm coming to manage all users. This is where I want everybody to have a pen and pad out. This is the most important part. When I click manage all users, I'm going to click add profile. When I click add profile, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you this right now. You don't know where you live. You don't know your social security. Nick, we're going to go, Nikki. I think they had Nikki with 2 E's. You didn't miss it. Everybody wants to go over the software first. We're going to go over the software first, and then I'm going to go over pricing. So here's what I'm going to say to you right now. You don't know where you live. You don't know your social security number, and you don't know your address, because if you do, you're going to make a mistake. I'm going to say that out to you right now. I'm not here to sugarcoat stuff. I'm here to tell you the truth. But if you do it the way that I'll tell you, 99.9% of the time, you will not make an error here. All right? So here's the first thing I want you to do. I want you to write in your notes right now. Best document for the first three boxes. So you can put best document for first name, last name, and date of birth is a passport. When you're done, I'm going to give you the documents. If you don't have a passport, I'm going to give you that one. I'm going to take a swig of water while we at it. Okay. Now, the next thing, the next document is a driver's license or a state ID. Okay? But the best document is the passport. So now what do? I pick up my passport, and here's what I'm going to fill out. I'm going to fill out my first name, middle name in the first name box. I'm going to fill out my last name and my suffix in the middle, in the last name box. And I'm going to put my date of birth in the date of birth. Now, ladies and gentlemen, do you need your middle name? Yes. Do you need your suffix? Yes. You want to know why you need that? Because when you went to go fill out your application, I guarantee you everybody did not put their middle name. They did not put their last name, if they got more than one last name. The second, more than one last name, and they not put their suffix. So I guarantee you those three things are missing off your credit report when you filled it out. So guess what? That's not truly who you are. You defrauded the bank when you signed up because that's not your name. Yes, they gave you a social security number, but realistically, they should have denied you because the information didn't match. So now we're going to use that against them. So when we go to the bureau, we want to change our name to who we actually are. Now, realistically, after we're done with credit repair, we change our name back. Okay? That's the gem. That's the gem. That's the gem, guys. Write that down. That's the gem. We go back and change our name. Why? Because guarantee you guys are going to screw it up again in that sentiment, right? And when you do it, you run the same play over again. Because guess what? We're going to leverage our credit. We're going to leverage our credit. Everybody's here because they want money, right? Put a dollar sign in the chat if you want money. See? Look at all the money. See? I'm waiting for everybody to find there's only 2 people that want money. So, there we go. Because of that, we need to fill out these documents correctly. We need to do this correctly every single time. And if we don't do this every single time, this is where we're going to mess up. So now I take my passport. I filled that information out. I'm going to move to the next piece. Now, right. Best document, social security card. Again, social security card. Ali, I don't got my social security card. That's okay. You can use a W-2, a W-2, or the first page of your tax statement. That's just for the first month. Ray just gave you a gem, ladies and gentlemen. He just dropped the thing to get your social security card replaced. It's right there in the chat. Go get that, get it replaced. So that by the time your first round comes back, you got your brand new social security card. You can start working with your brand new social security card. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. Now I'm just going to fill out the numbers. I like to add the dashes, ladies and gentlemen. I think it just looks cleaner and looks better. That's up to you, but I think it looks cleaner and better. Now, best document, POA. I like to write this. I like abbreviations. POA is not power of attorney when you're talking with me. It can be, but POA is proof of address. Power of attorney, it's not power of attorney. It's proof of address. Okay, so I want that POA, right? What's that POA? The POA is going to be, the best document is going to be a bank statement. Now, I'm going to give you gold right now that nobody else knows. Ray, drop the links. I gave you 2 banks right now that most people don't use. One is Chime, one is SoFi. Go open up an account with them. Now, yes, I'm going to open up an account. I'm going to send you some affiliate links. Get out of here. We're going to make some money together. Okay? Go put $10 in the account. Right? Why do you want to put $10 in that account? Because that account has to remain positive. Get that bank statement. You don't have to utilize your personal bank statement, the one that has ups and downs and ebbs and flows in it. You don't have to. Anybody don't gotta get that. If you they get this bank account, guess what? You're gonna lose $10. How many people are okay with losing $10? Put a me in the chat. I mean, I'm not okay with it, but if it got hacked, if something happens, are you okay with losing $10 worse than losing however much your check is? Yeah, let's be real. I would be okay with losing $10 versus losing all that money. So yes, I agree. I'm a me. I don't want to lose it. Let's not speak that into the air. But if I had to lose it, $10 wouldn't hurt me. Wouldn't make or break me. Okay. So now we're gonna fill this out, ladies and gentlemen. When I have that bank statement in front of me, I want to go like this. Here's how my bank said. I want to follow everything, but if something is abbreviated, I want to spell the whole thing out. So watch this. 8. If it says NW, I'm going to write Northwest. If it says 12th Street, I'm going to write STREET. Street. I'm going to spell it out. Okay. I don't have enough room to put apartment, so I'm going to just put APT 14C. Now here's the difference. The reason I don't have enough room is because I'll spell Northeast, because I saw somebody actually had this, Northeast Tower. You see how everything is spelled out? Everything has to be spelled out. Why? Because there is no level of ambiguity left by the Bureau. There is no level of ambiguity left. If they turn around and they look at it and they say, well, that's not NW. What are you talking about? I spelled out Northwest. It's perfect. It's perfect because they can't say anything. You have done it to the point where they go, well, I see SW. Oh, well, no, it's not SW because I spelled it out completely. And that's the key. We need to make sure that we don't give them anything. We're not giving them an inch. We're not giving them an inch. I'm not even giving them an effing centimeter. Not even an effing centimeter. Nothing. Zero. Zero. You're not taking anything. If anything, I'm taking. Okay? I'm going to fill out my city the same way as we normally do it. My state. And my zip code. And that's it. That's it. I take all my documents, I put them down. Ali, I don't have a bank statement. I gave you the opportunity to get a bank statement. What happens if you got to wait 30 days to get that bank statement? Okay, use a utility bill. But do you know why the Bureau wants a bank statement? Does anybody know why the reason why the Bureau wants a bank statement? It is the hardest thing to fraud. Because there's so much writing on it and so many different types of fonts. Chase has its own custom font. You cannot actually copy Chase's font. They have their own custom font. It's trademarked from my understanding. Okay? On their bank statement. Okay? I actually just found that out. So that because of that, because you can't find that out, because you would have to sit down searching font list upon font list and everything, it's going to make it a pain in the butt. So they're going to realize that it's not worth it to do it. Make sense? All right. Anybody got any questions here before we keep moving forward? No? Okay, let's go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, after I'm done, I don't fill out any of this. Ray, did you delete that stuff for me in the other place? Okay. All right. So now, once I'm done, I come over here and I click save. The reason that I do that is because this is all just data. This is just typing. If I upload the pictures and I got to go scrolling for those pictures and I got to do everything, what happens is if somebody's using your software and they have an email address that matches or a social security number or phone number, something that matches, well, guess what? The software is going to stop it and it's going to delete all the information and you're not going to be able to proceed forward. So you're going to have to change some of that data. And because we know that some of that data has got to be changed, so guess what? I don't want you to go ahead and do that right off the bat. I would rather you just get that, click save, and move forward. So now, when we click save and move forward, we're going to go right here. I'm going to show you what this file looks like, but just bear with me 1 second while I get rid of all this stuff. I'm sorry. I'm gonna show you guys how to pull all this data in, make it look nice and pretty. Check this out, right? So this is what it looks like. All right, so everybody see this? You got your test names, you got everything over here. It looks pretty good. All right, we got the account. The account is created. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna upload our documents first. So I'm gonna click choose file, and this is for photo identification. So I'm gonna choose my file. I'm gonna go for my photo ID. Where's my passport card? Here's my passport card. Boom, I'm done. Now I want to choose my social security. Scroll down, social security, done. And then the last piece, I'm gonna scroll down and I'm gonna get my proof of address, which is right here, which is my bank statement. Once I'm done, I click save. Once I hit save, we're good to rock and roll. And now all those documents are uploaded. Cool, right? Simple, easy. Now, questions on this before I go any further? You got no questions? I'm going to keep moving. All right. Now, here we go. I want to go into the monitoring company, and I want to click this little plus sign. I want to add a plus sign. So now we signed up for our monitoring company beforehand. We've registered our monitoring company. Now I'm going to click over here. I'm going to go to the home page, right? And I'm going to come over here. Actually, let me go over into the thing to show you. Got to go my free score now. Not when we're doing, you can fill out the phone number, but not, you fill in that stuff. I just don't, I wasn't going to save it. You should fill all that stuff in and then click save. And then what happens is if it pops up and tells you the email address is taken, then change the email address. Okay, so now I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna click member login. It's gonna bring me to that page. When it brings me to this page, then I'm gonna log in. So now I put my username and password, which I have over here. This person's awesome for giving them to me. All right. So I'll log in. Once I log in, I promise you it's this easy. I'll come over here to this little yellow person. I click it and it gives me the profile. It says my profile on the top. When I click my profile, it's going to bring it over here. When it brings it here, when it brings it to this screen over here, there's two pieces of information I need. Secure access control. That's going to be the, where I get the token. And then the email address is going to be the username. So I'm going to click regenerate token. Since this client's using their stuff, I can't click regenerate token because it's actually going to get rid of their token. I have it. I have it in Slack. I think I do, at least. Thank you, Ray. Oops. Okay. And then I have their email address, which is their username. So I'm going to copy their username. And I'm just going to put it in the username box. And then token. Does anybody have any questions on how to get the username and the password to fill in? This is, some people find this difficult over here. That's okay. I want to make sure that I got you guys over here. Make sure that you guys are good. Put that token over here and we're good to rock and roll. Oh, thank God. No more passwords. So I'll be honest with you. I prefer the password over the token. But it screws up a lot of things for a lot of people. I'll be honest with you. I'm just saying. Okay, save. All right. So once I click save, we're done. So now we have not only picked our files correctly, we have pulled our credit report correctly. We have it all inside the software and we have all our data correct. So now let me show you what the perfect profile looks like actually with document information. So here it is. Client's information, social security number, phone number, address, and POA, and then email address. Then you have driver's license, social security, proof of address, and the passport card. Now, the passport card is to show you guys that the passport card exists, but it's up to you on what you guys want to do. Now we good. Anybody have any questions? Because we're about to get in the attack area. I'm going to show you how easy it is to set up your first attack. I'm literally going to show you how easy it is to set up your first attack. Ready? Are we ready? Let's go. I'm going to click send rounds of attack. When I click send rounds of attack, I'm going to go to the attack area. When I go to the attack area, I'm going to select said client. When I select said client, don't blink, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to click maximum effective focus. Now, if nobody wants to go to the post office over here, nobody wants to do their own letters, they don't want to do anything, you can click my name, Ali Badi Team. Dion has his own discount code, Dion Love, and I have my own discount code. It's TPMPA. The name of my company is Total Post and Print. A stands for my actual name, Ali. Yes, the name on the screen is actually me. All the people that have the last name Badi on the screen, you're looking at all my employees. They're here to help you. We'll make sure that everything gets done. And you click generate. You just generated a round of letters. That's it. Can I ask, ladies and gentlemen, was that hard? It took us longer to actually set up the file and get all the right documents than it did to actually do the credit repair piece. Now, let me ask the people in here. Would you prefer to let the computer system handle everything? Or would you prefer, where'd my exec one enterprise, like he said, that gentleman right there, would you prefer to have more control over the system itself? You let me know which one you want. Put a me in the chat if you want to become a power user. Put a power user in the chat, not me. Put power user in the chat if you want to become a power user. There you go. I got one person that wants to become a power user. Damn. There we go. 4 people. 5, 6. There we go. All right. Got a bunch of power users in the chat. All right, let's go. So, all my power users, here's the difference. I'm going to take it off maximum effective focus, and I'm going to click do it yourself. When I click do it yourself, I'm going to click generate. Now, I get to choose the AIs. I get to choose what's the most powerful AI in the system without the system telling me which is the most powerful one. Okay? So, Ray, can we drop a sheet over here for these guys to let them know what the most powerful AIs are and what's not? There you go. Oh, you didn't edit it today? Oh, man, come on. Come on. All right. Yo, try to get it edited before class ends. All right. So check this out, guys. So the software picture over here is going to show you. If you open up this picture, I don't even know where the heck it went. There it is. Here you go. Watch this. So this piece right here, just to give you guys this thing, is the level of aggressions. So if you guys want to understand what the level of aggressions are in the software, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, here are the levels of aggressions, and this is how you would go. So the software, when we teach it, and Mark, it's here. If you go into anybody else's class, they'll teach you to go MPEP. MPEP is the most aggressive attack. I will teach you to go MPEC. Why? Because the verbiage is almost identical, just some minor similarities. But why? Why would I teach you to go one way and not the other way? Because the first round over here, number 1, first attack, everybody's doing it. And because everybody's doing it, it puts us in a position that we're fighting with everybody else's letters. It's going to increase stall letters. But if we go down and we do MPEC, it's going to lower our stall letters, because it's going to lower our percentage of stall letters, not because it's bad, but it's going to lower our stall letters because not everybody else is doing it. Because the people that are doing it in this class are not going to be all doing in the same thing. So let's do that. So now I'm going to choose MPEC. And now I'm going to choose my attack type. Well, this is my first attack. It's day 1. I'm going to choose Opulence 1. Now, if I make a mistake, I'm always going to... no, I don't upload it to the school group. It's going to be on the YouTube channel. Ray, drop the YouTube channel for the Zoom user that's got to leave. He's got to be up 1:30 a.m. Get that link. Stay in touch. Every time I go live, like and subscribe. Join up. I'm gonna this one over here. When I choose 1, the reason that I choose 1 is because that's the first thing. If I make an error, I don't choose 2. I stay in 1. I have to generate my round of letter for it to go out. So I'm going to generate Opulence 1. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a client that is financially challenged, do not go and generate everything in green, because they will leave you super quickly when they get a bill for how much it cost to actually send out these letters. So generate everything in blue. This is the setup for blue. Check all in blue. Click 6. Default, default, default. And click next. That's it. Click include all 3 bureaus and generate. You're done. Now, let's turn up the heat. I'm going to show you guys how to turn up the heat even higher. Okay, here's how I turn up the heat even higher. When I did this, this was for people who are financially challenged. I don't even have to read the credit report, but I want to read the credit report. I want to know everything that's going on with this. All right. Good night, sir. Click over here. Check all in green. When I click check all in green, I'm going to put unlimited, default, default, default. And now I'm going to tell the system, I don't care how many negative items are in the categories. That's the unlimited part. I want you to put everything to default settings, and I want you to split up everything into individual items. That's what we did with the green. Now we're going to click next. Now, the reason that everybody gets confused is because they don't do the setup correctly. This is how we're going to do up the setup. Yo, Donnell, I bet you I can tell you right now that you're going to read a credit report right now the first time like this. Snap a finger, like that. If you never read one before, I guarantee you by the end of class, by the next 10 minutes, you'll know how to read a credit report. You ready? Watch this. Donnell, which circle at the bottom of the screen do you think is positive? Everybody else answer in the chat. Which circle at the bottom of the screen? There's all the different color circles. Which one do you think is positive? Take a guess. What color? There we go, Miss Thompson. What color? Put a color, guys. Put a color. Put a color. I'm sorry. I know. Put a color. There we go. Green. Yes. Green for money, ladies and gentlemen. Green for money. Just remember that. The green means money. So those are the positive accounts. So what I want to do is I want to come remove the positive accounts. So I'm going to click hide positive accounts. Now you see that? Everything there is a negative account. Everything there is a negative account. So now, watch this. I swear I'm going to make this easy. Ray, can you drop me the cheat sheet, brother? Oh, actually, you drop it for everybody else. I got to get it off my computer. Where's the cheat sheet? Here it is. Okay, here we go. So now, Ray just dropped this in the chat for everybody. Here's the reason why. The cheat sheet takes the small little circles over there, small little circles over here, and it takes the colors and it color coordinates it. So now what I'm going to do is every time you highlight it, the color turns yellow. So we're not going to look for anything yellow. There's nothing yellow on the screen. So I'm going to hover over another color and I'm going to ask you this. So I'm going to click on number 1 over here. When I click on number 1, that's going to be my first negative item. So I'm going to come off of it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the color over here. The color is that dark purple, right? It's that dark purple. So I'm going to take that dark purple, that like eggplanty, dark purple. I'm going to go over to the screen up here, and I'm going to find that dark purple. Well, guess what? That dark purple says personal information. There's 3 purples. 1, 2, 3. That's the one that matches the closely is that dark one. So I'm going to see that. It says PI is the abbreviation. It says personal information. Well, does the colors match? Yes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to call type of reported issue. That's exactly where it is in the software. And I'm going to look at it. And guess what it says? Personal identifier information. Done. I just click a check mark over here. And now we're done. Now we're done. Right? Let's do it again. Now, everybody here, ready? I'm going to click on number 2. I'm going to get off of 2. What is the negative item? Either give me an abbreviation or give me what is the negative item on the screen. Just let me know. Put it in the chat. Perfect. Perfect. Wow. Look at everybody. Got 3 of them right off the bat. Good job. Okay. Let's follow that again. So the brown color, I'll come over here to the brown color. I'll go to the cheat sheet. The cheat sheet says INQ, all inquiries. Now I'll come back over here. Type of reported issue says inquiries. Perfect matches. Now guess what? I don't have to look at anything that's in this brown color. You know why? It's checked off. So that means anything in this brown color is inquiries. So do me a favor. What's 25 and 26? Because they're the same color. Take a guess. Then I'll click on it because I don't want to confuse everybody over here. Say it. Say it. I saw your mouth moving. I saw this. Why does everybody keep saying? There we go. Somebody got it right. Charge off collection. Half off in collection. Charge off collection. Okay. Put the abbreviation, guys. Miss Thompson, you got it right. AOCC. I didn't even click on it. Now, what happened is a lot of people put charge off. It's not a charge off, guys. That's not a charge off. Because there's student loan charge off, there's medical charge off, and there's all other collection and charge off. So we cannot fill half the data. I want everybody to understand that. We can't, with credit repair and doing credit repair, we cannot just say it's a charge off because that's not how it works. You have to label it correctly. This is not a student loan charge off. It's not a medical charge off or collection. So it's all other charge off and collections because that's the key. That's the label. That's why it says over here charge off. But guess what? There's a student loan charge off and a medical collections because they label it correctly. So because it doesn't show up, we have to make sure that it says AOCC. That's why I built the abbreviations for you guys, shorthanded. I got it, but let's make sure that I literally made it shorthand for you. AOCC, so you don't get it wrong. Boom. Ready? Here's the last one. Now, you guys got it. Everybody got it, right? We're going to go on to 27. Now, this is the difference. 27, we don't look for a color. It is the last negative item on the screen. And because it's the last negative item on the screen, I'm going to click it, right? And I'm going to go back. I'm going to go this way instead of counterclockwise. I'm going to go clockwise. So I'm going to start over here at type of reported issue. All other delinquency late 1-2. I'm going to go down and start looking. All other delinquency, this is all other derogatory lates. Okay, that's not it. All other delinquency late 1-2. And I'll just check that off. Done. Ladies and gentlemen, how many people how many people were surprised that they were able to read a credit report on the first time tonight and they actually could do it, that it was not hard? Put a me in the chat. There we go. This is not hard. We created all these gifts for you guys so you guys can succeed at this. And I promise you, you have the ability to succeed at this. Okay? Let's do this. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to go back to 27. I'm going to make sure that this is, and I'm going to scroll down here and it says current images. What's my current images? My current images is me just saying that these are what the images are. This is what we're doing. Okay, fantastic. All right, this works. Okay. I'm going to click this word top. It's going to take me to the top. I'm going to go to client info over here, and I'm going to click client info. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. I thought there was somebody outside knocking on my door. Oh, damn. I live in the wilderness over here, guys. So there's no one around for like 8 acres. So I'm like, what the hell? That one puckered me up just a little bit. Okay. So I got Karen Elizabeth samples. I got the address. Everything looks perfect. Social Security looks perfect. We're good. Ladies and gentlemen, I do this every single time. I am the last level of defense before my letters get generated. If I generated it incorrectly, it's because I didn't do this. So now I've looked at everything. Everything looks good. I'm going to turn the system off. I'm going to turn it back on. And now I'm going to select everything for the client. Now watch this. I'm going to check all in red. Why am I checking all in red? AI, do not attack these because they don't not exist, right? I'm going to just take that sheet that we just built. I'm just going to follow it. Personal information. I'm going to click over here. Oh, it's fireworks. Okay. All right. I'm going to do that again. Come over here. All inquiries. Follow all inquiries. Do this again. All of the collections and charge-offs, all other delinquencies, I'll follow it, AOCC, and all other delinquency lates. I'm done. Ladies and gentlemen, count the green check boxes. Exec, I got you right after this. Just pay attention right after this. Count the green check boxes. How many of the green check boxes? 4. How many credit bureaus are there, ladies and gentlemen? Put it in the chat. 3. What's 3 times 4, ladies and gentlemen? Put it in the chat. Bingo. So I'm going to go to this first box over here. I'm going to look for 12. I don't see 12. I round up. Always put 15. Default. Now, we just set that up. We can generate that letter as long as it says include all 3 bureaus. But I'm going to give you guys fire tonight. Here's what other people don't teach and don't go in other classes asking for it because they don't know it as well as I do. Here you go. Ready? You're going to go to document options. There's 4 different AIs in here that people don't know about. The first combination AI is color include with all images. That's the first AI. Oh, Ray, you have it? Oh, Ray, you got a cheat sheet on that one? Oh, that's dirty. You got a cheat sheet on my advanced tactics? Oh, that's messed up. Oh, I love that. Hold on, look at that. Ladies, download this. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, download this. So basically, what you do is come over here. AI number 1 is literally color all images. AI number 2 is leave print side 1. Oh, hold on. I forgot. Give me a second. Let me download this. Yo, you guys got hooked up tonight. I expect at least 30 new people to follow me on social media tonight. Look at this. Look at this. Hold on. I just downloaded it so we can put it up on screen. Oh, thanks, Ray. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, look at this. So now, so check this out, right? So he did it. He did it for you. So what he did was he told you that print side one color and print all color is one AI. If you click black and white, that's another AI. So this is another AI. Now if I open this one up, and I do this, print side one black and white, and then I get rid of all these images, that's another AI, right? And now if I turn this off and I put this color, that's another AI. 4 different AIs that changes the whole structure of your letters. Changes the whole structure of your letters, ladies and gentlemen. People who left early, I feel bad for them. I feel bad for them. This fire was just given. Exact, that one was for you, Mr. Enterprise. That one was just for you. I don't give that out on a normal night. I don't ever give that out because that's advanced tactics. What does changing the AI color do? It doesn't change the color. It changes the actual format of the letter. So it's written differently, Mr. Hayes. So when it's written differently, it actually goes through the Oscar system differently. It's dope out. Yeah, come on. I didn't. So you want another gem? You want another gem? Who wants another gem? Okay, ready? Yeah, this was supposed to be a basic class. Oh, that's my daughter's handwriting. This was supposed to be a basic class. We're gonna turn it up another notch. So you remember when I shut the system off over here and I told you guys select? I told you guys to select default, default, default. Okay, don't select default, default, default. Select your negative items. Count your negative items. That's 4 times 3 is 12. We're gonna put the 12. Okay, that's fine. But what you're gonna do is credit repair agencies are known because what do they try to do? They want to get as much shit as they can removed as quickly as possible. Why? Because they know that client is going to leave if they don't get their shit removed as quickly as possible, right? So let's change up the game on them. They know that they're going to put as much stuff in the letter as possible. We're not doing that. We're trying to actually fix our credit. So take this box and change it to 5. Now, why 5? It's going to put 5 negative items in each letter. It's going to put 5 negative items in each letter instead of putting whatever the software dictates. The maximum that the credit repair agencies and the Oscar system wants to see is 5. So if we know it's 5, why are we going to put more than 5? Why are we going to put more than 5? Yep. Great. That's why I'm here. I'm here to debunk all the bullshit you guys learned. Sorry, excuse my French. Now, oh, that's the system, okay? Default, that just shuts off the secondary letters, and I hit next. Done. Send those suckers out, and I'm finished. I literally hit generate letter, send that out to my team will do the printing for you, send that out, and I'm completed. And this is what it looks like. I'm going to generate one with no images so you guys can see it. Right? Check this out. Y'all got an advanced tactics class tonight. Y'all got an advanced tactics class tonight. You didn't even get normal credit repair. Tonight, you got advanced tactics. So for everybody that stayed on, for the people that are still watching, damn. Hello, Miss Armstrong. I see you on YouTube. There you go. I see you on the YouTube. I just generated that letter. Yo, team, just ignore that letter. Okay, so now watch this. This is what advanced tactics looks like. So this was color. Change the whole letter. Crazy, right? Crazy. Now, can we get the replay? Ray, drop the link for the gentleman for the replay on YouTube so you can get it in case they want to dip out. All right, let's go over pricing, ladies and gentlemen. Then I'll open it up for Q&A. Here we go. Select a subscription. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not buy the iron package. Please, I beg of you, do not buy the iron package. I've been doing this too long to realize if this is your first time, you're going to screw up at least twice. And it's because I like you that I'm telling you not to do that. Again, like I said, I only get paid when you print. So I want to make sure that you don't mess up, because guess what happens when you make an error on a $97 package and you guys don't like it? What do? You don't regenerate your letters, which means you don't start your credit repair and you stop before you even got started. So do me a favor. Opt in for the extra $50 because this package only gives you 1 token while this one gives you 4. So do me a favor. If you have more clients than 1 or 2 clients, go like this. Take each of these numbers and divide them by 2. So 100 would be 50. This would be 15. This would be 8.5. Go up 9, 10. This will be 4. And this would be 2. Why? Why do I say to do that? Because that's the amount of people that will do comfortably, okay? Comfortably in the system with no errors, with no issues, with no problems. Okay? So, how many people getting locked in right now? Throw it in the chat what number you got locked in with, because we got to get some people locked in tonight. And then we open it up for Q&A. Throw it in the chat what you get locked in with. And guess what? The first 5 people to get locked in and DM me, the first 5 people to get locked in and DM me, I'm going to give you access to the community for free tonight. Carlos, if you lock in right now with the silver package, I'll give you that lock in immediately. You're going to get access to my community, not just the M2 community, but my community, which we do more stuff in there. Ladies and gentlemen, my Instagram tag, my Facebook tag should let you know what I actually do for a living. I sell money, which means I'm a funder. So that's why you definitely want to lock in my community. But let's see it. Tell me what we locking in at. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Put it in the chat. As soon as you get locked in, let me know. Silver package a year in? No, there's no yearly packages. It's per month. I wish they had yearlies. I've been in a year. Really? Damn, man. How many GAs you got? Come off mute. Come off mute, exec. Talk to me. How was class? Who's confused and want to generate? Who was confused, got locked in, and wants to generate their letters tonight? Put a me in the chat if you're confused and want to generate letters tonight. Put a me in the chat. Okay, Mr. Robinson. You got locked in, Mr. Robinson? Mr. Robinson, you get locked in? Well, whoever answers me first, Mr. Robinson or Zoom user, either or. Yes, I got my package. Okay, beautiful. John. Get Mr. Robinson and the Zoom user's name. Go back to back. Give them a walkthrough. Do that. Generate their letters and make sure they get them printed out tonight. Okay. There you go. Both you got. That's it. You guys both got your packages. That's what you got. You got a free walkthrough for tonight, one-on-one. The rest of you, if you need any help, there's the phone number. Ray dropped it in the chat. Take that phone number if you need any help. Don't feel afraid to message us. I'm done, guys. The funny part is, I'm done. And I had such a big class. And the funny part was, we got that done quicker than I have when I had a short class. Last night, we took us 2 hours to get that same thing done. But everybody was asking questions. So you guys tell me that nobody had questions? Nobody's got questions. Joel, come off mute, please. Yes. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Mm-hmm. 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 Your letter that you're gonna get is you're gonna ask them to actually you're going to actually ask them to write a letter that states, okay, that whether it's an inquiry or a late payment or removal of an account, whatever the case may be, you're going to ask them directly to get that information, get a letter that information is incorrect and that it's unverifiable directly from them. Have them write it, sign it, send it back to you with a letterhead, and then you send it back to the bureau. Because if the creditor is saying that it's unverifiable, it's not correct, then they have to remove it. John, I can hear you. Got you. Thank you. Got it, Joe? Yes, because they removed the file. So they can't verify it that that file ever existed. Make sense? Yeah. Got you. No, that's going to be a separate attack. You're going to send that off one off because that is going to get removed immediately. I would even call them. I would even call them. Okay. I would even call the company. I would even call the company. I would even call Experian Equifax TransUnion to get it removed. And like tell them right off the line. I have a letter from a firm that you guys are reporting something that's incorrect. How do I get it over to you? Do I fax it to you? It's not an investigation. This is a letter from said company. Okay. Make sure that whoever signs it, whatever the case may be, and I need this to go through. This is coming from them that this needs to be removed, and it's whatchamacallit. It needs to be removed with all haste or prejudice. I forgot what it's called, what the actual terminology is, but you have to tell them that it has to be removed immediately, and they have to put that as well, that it needs to be removed immediately. That's pretty much it, and that'll get your credit clean a lot quicker. You don't get no. They have to notarize it themselves. Let them put in the information that says that basically they confirm who they are. Mm-hmm. Bingo. Put the ticket number on it. Let them do the investigation, but put the ticket number and everything on it. So you want to get that. You want to get that so they know that all that stuff is done and all that stuff needs to be removed. Nope. No. Do the attack. You're doing that attack separately. You're sending that out separately. You're gonna pick up the phone and call the bureaus. No, 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 no. You're gonna write that letter out. You're gonna write that letter out, and you're gonna pick up the phone and call when you have that letter. You're gonna call the bureau and say, "I got a letter from said company, a firm. Okay, I need this removed because it is incorrect and unverifiable. How would you like me to send this documentation to you? Do you want me to send it via email? Do you want me to send it via fax? Do you have a special upload portal? Do not say post office. Okay? I need this removed today. I spent hours working with the creditor. The creditor found out that it's incorrect. I have data from them. I need to send it over to you. How do I get it to you so you can remove it today? And don't take anything like that. Tell them I'm going for a mortgage. My favorite one. That's my favorite line. They can't withhold credit from you. So tell them I'm going for a mortgage. Okay? Email, fax. No, email, fax, however I can get it to you today. They may have a special upload portal, whatever the case may be. I don't know what they have. Just go down that way. Okay? There you go, sir. Yes, sir. No problem. Any other questions? Great class. Great class. Great class. Ray, can you stop the recording? Perfect. You guys were absolutely amazing. Ray, can you get that for me? I want to send that to Dion. Thank you. Any other questions? Wow, we quiet. We are quiet. Why are we so quiet? I can't give you guys gems if you don't ask me questions. I don't know what to give you. I don't know where you guys are in this system. I don't know what you're doing. Ready to get a loan in the credit repair. I don't know what you know and what you don't know. So I can't just take a guess and start babbling. So I just gotta. This was great, very informative. Thank you, thank you, Miss Johnson. My mic is out. Can I ask a question? Absolutely. Write it in the chat. Ask any question you want. It's a Q&A section. It's over. The recording is done. So whatever is being recorded is completed. It's not going to be put in it. This will be just the live part, which people don't literally watch this long. They usually get done after 30 minutes. They get what they need and then they get off. So now this is whatever you guys want. Okay. McDonald, I'm on Vietnam and I want to get a credit report. I went to credit report. You click the thing, and now it should open up my free score now. Yes. Miss Collins, what happens if my license or passport doesn't say star on it? Don't worry about it. Senior on it. Don't worry about it. The reason that I say don't worry about it is you're adding extra data. Okay. But here's the difference. What I would tell you is make sure you go and add senior to those documents because you are not just I'm gonna kill your name, so I'm not gonna try it. I'm just gonna say Collins. Okay, you are not just that Collins. You are that Collins and senior because you're the first. Make sense? But it doesn't let me log in with my affiliate. Let me tell you something. I'm on free score now. I don't work with them like that. I would suggest that you wait until tomorrow morning, give them a call and see if they can help you with that. With my free score now. That's not one of the companies I don't deal with. I'm just sorry. I apologize. Is this recording going to be made available right now, Mr. Levi? The recording is live. It's on the YouTube channel. Ray, drop the YouTube link for Mr. Levi, so that he can watch the YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe, sir. It's literally live right now. Yes, Joel. You're welcome. I'm gonna start charging you by the question. No. Yes. It's not true. Depends on who the trade line's being reported by. If they remove you completely off the, if they remove you, mm-hmm. Okay, okay, that's fine. That's an authorized user. That's not a trade line. A trade line is somebody going on and creating a fake primary and putting it on your account. An authorized user is you saying that that person is authorized by you to use your credit card underneath your name. You got a physical card with his name on it, correct? Did you get a physical card from the primary? No. Yes, I already know. You did not get a physical. You did not get a physical card from the primary. You didn't get a. You didn't get anything from the primary. So that's the thing. You got to understand that a lot of people don't understand that. A trade line, the real trade lines, the proper verbiage for trade line is actually buying a primary. Everybody's going out and calling trade lines today authorized users. That's not authorized user. A trade line to me is just to me and for the people that have taught me that wasn't a trade line. That's an authorized user. So I'm buying an authorized user. That's a different story. All right. Yes. It depends. I have some authorized users that are still on. I have some authorized users that fall off. Depends on the person's relationship with the bank. But yes, it should stay on for 7 years. According to the law, it should stay on for 7 years. If everything was done correctly, yes. Yep. All right. I want to start working. Hold on. I want to start working on my credit. A collection agency is taking me to court. I got served today. Is it too late to start an attack? No, you need to get rid of the stuff, but you also need an attorney. Who's that? Cole Thomas. Cole Thomas, absolutely. It's not too late because you still need to get rid of the other garbage. But on top of that, you need to go and get an attorney. Do not let them serve you and not show up to court. Go get your behind an attorney ASAP. Do not wait. Okay? Get yourself an attorney and get yourself into the place where you guys can do an attack because you are not going to be in a good place if you let them garnish your wages. Pricing for your company to send registered mail to the bureau. My address on my ID is old address. Should I get it fixed? Yes, you should get it fixed. Mr. Tony, I do not give prices, and here's the reason why. I'm gonna show you right now. You've just watched me generate a credit report that we generated 21 letters on, right? Well, let me show you what I've actually done with this file. So the same file has generated in the past, what is this week? 21, 66, 6, 12, 15, 204, 200, 117, 304, 24. So I can't give you a price. Now, it does not mean, oops, give me a second. Where the hell is all my stuff? Give me a second, guys. It does not mean that you don't submit your stuff. Submit the stuff to us. And what we'll do is we'll review it. We'll go over it. And let me get that window open. We'll review it. We'll go over it. We'll see what's good, what's bad. And we'll tell you. If you can't afford it and you turn around and say, hey, Ali, look, it's too expensive for me, that's fine. But here's the thing, everybody, whoever owns a credit repair agency or doing anything in a credit repair agency, come talk to me. I'll definitely work with you and try to give you a better price on what it is. Everybody in this class gets a ready. It's almost like 30% off right from the jump on pages. So we really work with you guys right from the jump. So Tony, just let me know and we'll go from there. But yes, you send them off to us. We'll give you an invoice. If the invoice is good, great. If not, just tell us cancel and we'll cancel it for you. Do you do you can use my discount. You can use Dion's discount. Here, I'll put it in the chat for you. This is my discount, and this is Dion's discount. They're both the same price. So yes, It'll lower it down significantly for you. Do I look the same on the credit report? What do you mean? Do I? Oh, okay. Do I look the same on the credit report? I was referring to trade lines and AUs. I don't, Novetta, I don't know what you mean by that. You might have to come off mute and explain to me what you mean there. So in the past, I was told they attack personal information and secondary accounts. The class showed that sending all the attacks at once. So Ms. Johnson, realistically, back in the day, they used to send it out individually. But what happens is people don't want to do that. So realistically, that's up to you. I tell people you shouldn't be attacking personal information anyway. You should be picking up the phone and calling and getting that removed ASAP. Why should I waste letters to do something I could do on the phone and do it instantly? So many people don't understand that. So for me personally, a letter shouldn't be going out for personal information. You should have that attacked and done realistically before that letter even arrives. That's something we could do on the phone instantly. Uh, you're welcome, Tony. I need to purchase a car to travel with my family for a funeral as we have 6 people. Michelle Gatt. I mean, I, so my credit profile thin doesn't mean anything to me. So when we do funding and when we go through anything, that's got nothing to do with it. What we like to do is look at the totality of the file. Yes, you can have a thin file, but that doesn't mean anything. You can have enough to get over there. And that's just so with what you're asking me, that's not a health question. That's more of like, where do you stand question. Um, I got something that can help you. Let me go on to that. Can we use Identity IQ on Phenom or just my free score? Yes, we can use Identity IQ. I personally use my score IQ. I don't use Identity IQ. So because I use my score IQ, I don't like to go out of what they tell me to say because I don't like stepping on toes. But realistically, for me, I use my score IQ because I'm a funder. I told you my Instagram handle says Mr. I Sell Money. Um, with all the stuff of what we say with Mr. I Sell Money, what I want to say to you guys is I use anything that's a FICO score. I would be using what the bank shows me, not what anybody else shows me. Does that make sense? Keep the questions coming. Keep the questions coming. I don't mind it all day long. I'll take these questions all day long. Can we use Identity IQ or Phenom? Yep, we got that one. So where do I stand? I don't know. Have you pulled your credit report yet? Okay. So you pulled your credit report. Do you have any negative items? No. So, ladies and gentlemen, pulling Experian is not pulling a credit report. Pulling a credit report means pulling a tri-merge, pulling all 3 bureaus. So the first thing that you need to do is go pull a tri-merge credit report. Get all 3 bureaus. You only know where you stand on one bureau. You need to go pull a tri-merge. You need to get everything on all 3 bureaus to understand where you're going. If you don't understand where you're going, you cannot go anywhere. So we need to know what's there. I need the data. That's Experian. Experian don't do anything. So you got to go get a tri-merge. Once you get a tri-merge, then you start to go through your tri-merge. You could run it into the M2 software and see if you have any negative items, or you could run a funding specific program, which will then give you the opportunity to see which one it is. Does that make sense? Where'd that go? You need to pull a tri-merge. Everybody that's in here, you need to pull a tri-merge. If you don't pull a tri-merge, it's like driving a car with no wheels on it. Where you going? I want everybody to understand that. It's like if you don't pull the thing to get on, you have to get that so you guys can go there. So just make sure. That's why do you think that in the software, the way they build it, they build pricing and get credit report before you did anything else? Because that's literally step 3. Get your credit report. Step 1, you gotta get in the dashboard. Step 2, understand what's going on. Step 3, buy a package. Step 4, get a credit report. Oh, cool. Any other questions? Ray, give this lady access to get a credit report, get her FICO score report. Send it to her. Send it to her privately. No, Michelle. Yes, GAT. GATT. Any other questions, ladies? I'm tired. Oof, I am tired. Any other questions? Oh my God, this class last week went 4 hours. Oh my God. So I did cover the advanced tactics tonight. That is the only. There's one more advanced tactics, but it's not in Phenom. It's only in my version of the software. I have my own M2 software, which Phenom it doesn't have inside of it. Dion gave me access to stuff that's a little more advanced, and I do cover that in that software. I also cover bankruptcies and all the stuff that we didn't cover tonight in the message because we did everything easy tonight. I didn't want to confuse you guys tonight with a lot of that other stuff. So yes, there's a lot of stuff that I do cover in the community that we do extra. Ray, drop the phone number for the community so they can text to get everybody in the community. Yeah, no, great. I totally forgot about that. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, oh no, you didn't. You really created a landing page? I did not see this. Wow, that's nice, Ray. Ray is my designated GHL designer for landing pages and everything inside. So if anybody ever needs GHL, which is go high level for to help them run their credit repair systems, do automations, all that stuff, Ray's my guy that does it. So he comes in the community. You guys can get access to him. He has his own GHL. He has all that stuff. So that is huge if you guys need that. Huge, 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 huge. Wow, you guys wanted to be done early tonight, man. I feel like nothing. I feel like I just gave you guys whatever I needed, and they're like, all right, now I'm gonna bounce. Ray, how many texts are going out? The GHL. How many? How many? How many? How many? You got to let me know because it's already 9:30 and it's still sending out text to a class that's probably almost over. Yeah. They got to do that. They got to do that 2-second update factor. Yeah. The delay is at 10 seconds now, almost 12. So it's taking forever. Any other questions? Anything? I have a lot. Well, Literally, the floor is yours because ain't nobody else got questions. Don't feel like that. I just got a lot. Again, I know. I know. Like I said, the floor is yours right now. That no, I don't. No, brother. I just it gets to a point where I mean, like I'm used to doing these classes, and some of these classes I'm just used to letting them run. And today is just crazy because it's like you had a lot of people in class today, and having to be over so early, and there's still 30 of you in here. It's crazy. There's still 30 of you in here. Yes, Joel. Depends, buddy. Depends. Depends. It all depends on your file. Let me ask this: is everybody done? If everybody done with the credit repair questions, you guys want me to go into a little bit of funding? Guys want me to give you a little bit of sauce on funding? Okay. Uh, uh, let me get Ray to give me access to something. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do and how I'm going to break this down is I'm going to say this to everybody. We are completely done with the credit repair class. I'm not going to tell anybody to stay here. I do have some of my own students inside of here, some people that printed with me that come from the paid in full community. So at the end of the day, you are more than likely and willing to stay in any which way, shape, and form. We will be going stuff over funding. So if you're not looking for funding and you're done with the credit repair questions, please exit left. Nobody's forcing you to stay. Now, if you do want to stay here and you want to see what's going on, this is my class. At the end of the day, just stay over here, get locked in with us. More than welcome to have you guys stay and ask any questions about funding, how we go over stuff, and all that. What I'm going to show you is a proprietary software to me and my company. So at the end of the day, it is completely different. All right. So just understand that and where we're going from that. Okay. Okay. Cool. As long as we have that, I get that out of the way. I'll say thank you to everybody else. Cool. I'm gonna share my screen. Give me a second. I don't have a login yet, so Ray's creating one for me at the moment. So just bear with me while Ray creates one. All right. So okay. I'm waiting on you, Ray. Ray. So once I show you guys this, I'll actually take a live file tonight and I'll show you guys what a live file looks like. Thank you. Thank you, Ray. So I've created a sandbox, or Ray has created a sandbox for us to be able to go through the software and actually show you guys what's in here. So what happens is, Ray, verify it, please. Okay. So now, for everybody that needs to get a credit report, credit reports over here. We use a basic FICO score. So now I'm gonna use one over here. I'm gonna use a client that wow, Ray, where the fuck did you send all these text messages out to, bro? Do you not have a small list? You're sending them out to the whole world. You're sending it out to Sherman, bro. An hour and it says class starts in 30 minutes, bro. It's 9:30. Class has been going out for an hour and a half already. Oh shit. They need to they need to get that shit fixed. Yeah, they need to get that shit fixed, man. Holy crap. All right, so watch this. It's still sending messages out right now. So check this out. When we add a client's information into here, you know what? Screw it. Who wants that? Who wants me to do a live file? Who wants me to do a live file right now? Okay. All right. So yeah, y'all can do it. Joel, we already got your file. Okay. I can't do it. Somebody go to either my free score now or my score IQ, get a credit report. Once we do that, I can pull it in for you over here. You paid for what, bro? No, I pulled you into the other software. I already did you. I want to do somebody else. Yes, not Novetta. Share your stuff. Perfect. Share it with me privately. Message me privately. Do do do. Yeah, they definitely got to stop that thing. All right, Nevada, I'm gonna message you privately. Okay, hold on. There we go. As soon as she gets me her login information, I'll show you guys how to do this. I'll show you guys what this does and how it does it for you. I'm actually pulling a live file right now. There we go. Perfect. All right, so perfect. My free score now, Novetta. That's perfect. My free score now. I'll pull this in right here. Boom. And beautiful. And then confirm and go. Now we're going to pull that report in. Once we pull that report in, the AIs in the system are going to analyze the report. This is not to do credit. This is to do funding. Novetta, that's the difference. We're going to go over funding right now. Yeah, we're going to go over funding. That's going to be crazy. So credit score is going to get pulled. Once it pulls it into the system, we're going to get that, and then it's going to go crazy. So just waiting for it to pull. Make sure that password was correct. You should have pulled it in by now. There we go. Perfect. So now I'm going to run the audit, and that's what's going to happen. Ready? Come to the work area over here. I'm going to go to underwriting assessment. I'm going to see everything over here, and it's going to give me a breakdown of everything. So if I have negative items, I have negative items. If I have under 30% utilization, I have to break this down. So now what I'm doing is I realize right here, under one bureau, I'm actually at the score process that I need to be. I got a literally a starter score to be able to go into funding. I'm minus 17 points over here, and I'm minus 37 points over here. Well, let's go in over here and understand why. Well, my actual fundable company is right here. It's Experian because I got no negative items. But what do I have? I have under 30%. I have under that 700 credit score. So we now need to analyze the file. Here's how easy we read it. Well, if there's any reds, okay, means the file that to move on to the next thing. Well, we got two reds over here in Experian Equifax. We got one Experian and TransUnion. Equifax is green. So we're going to move on to the next thing. That's a stop. Over here, this is green. We're going to good to go. We got five minimal primary accounts. That's a stop. Two primary credit cards with at least 2 years of age and a $5,000 plus limit. That's a go. No more than 4 unsecured accounts opened in the past 12 months. That means no more than 4 credit cards opened up in 12 months. Good. You have under 4 inquiries. Fantastic. Negative items. You got 2 negative items. TransUnion, Equifax. Okay. So let's go into it and see what we have. Well, right now, accounts affecting your system over here depend on that. Okay. And there's a worst payment is delinquent. You have a Dillard's, right? CBNA, it's delinquent. So now we come down over here and we look at the whole account. So a lot of these are paid as agreed. Opened, whatever, 0, the whole 9. And so it gives you a whole breakdown. Owes, the whole thing. Okay. And then you have that to the highest extent of looking at where your kickoff is, how much money you have, all that stuff. So when you're doing this, when you're going through all of this, you're finding out what's causing you not to be fundable. So in this case, the thing that's actually causing you not to be fundable is balances. And this is what I would tell you over here. You got a bunch of balances on these installments. So let's get rid of installments because we don't care about installments. We just got to worry about revolving. I don't want installments. Just got to worry about revolving. Okay, so here's the revolving. You got a credit card over here that's maxed beyond 100%. That's causing, so your overall utilization is at 0, but your one card is maxed over that. Okay, it doesn't even matter if it's paid at 0, it's still maxed. So paying this down or getting this removed off that credit report will change it to that point where now you're going to get that credit score to jump to where it needs to be. But you've got a thin file. This is what Michelle was asking. I have a thin file. This is a thin file. You've got about the same amount of closed accounts as you do open accounts. So you need more accounts. So this is what Joel was asking me for about authorized users. Authorized users will help, but you need primary accounts. Those primary accounts are what's going to boost you up. So that's the first thing I would do. Okay. Now, if you had a fundable file, now this software keeps you in the sentiment of going, and you just keep refreshing your credit report until you get to the next piece. Let's go into strategies. You have no inquiries to remove your good, but you got a couple of late payments. Look at all this stuff. You got late payments across these things. Now, where are these late payments? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at the system to find these late payments and see where inside the system they are. Give me a second. Let me see over here. Raw data. Let me just take this. I want the raw data so I can actually see the raw data. You have to remove this. You see this remark, Nevada? You got to pick up the phone and call them and say, I accept the remarks. Please remove the remark. There's something over here in the back end that says that you have a late payment. Why is it coming up? I don't know. Where's payment status is current? That's weird. Right. Take a screenshot of that. You call the bureau. You're going to call the bureau. You're going to tell them depend that, and you're going to say the remarks on all the depend. Look at it. Like, so bureau one is TransUnion. So TransUnion, how many ones do we have on TransUnion that says that? Here's another one that's two. Here's three. Here's four. Those four accounts that already have that that's causing you. So we have a remark on the account, which is, could be throwing my system off. But at the end of the day, you want to get that removed. Okay. Ray, take a screenshot of this for me, Habibi, and we got to send this into the devs. Okay. How do we get primaries? You know I don't got them. You know I don't get them. Q, you know that's not a question to ask me. I don't go after people because I don't trust people with that. Thank you. Awesome. I don't trust people with that. So when we have this over here, when we're looking at all this stuff, that's the key. What I go into is I go into this file and I look at everything. So you got to remove these remarks. Once we remove these remarks, that'll start to build that system up. Now, after we get that, that's where we go back into the area and we start to break down the system. You have to break down the system. Where are my negative items? Now, the delinquents, I want to pull this one. I want to see what the delinquent is on CBNA. Because that's what's coming up on the raw data on the credit report. It's just saying delinquent. Well, what's the delinquency? Is what I want to know. It literally just says delinquency. So for me, right, payment status delinquent. So it's not even a late payment. It's not a charge off. It just says delinquent. So for me right now, in this account, oh, okay. So this counts in collections. So I want to take a screenshot of this. This is your file's your file's amazing. Your file's amazing. It's actually screwing up my system. It's breaking it. I love it. Ray, send this to the dev team tomorrow. What the hell did I just do? Holy crap. So this is a collection account that's coming up as a delinquent, but it's not coming up as what type of delinquency it is. It's supposed to come up as a collection. That's crazy. So you have a collection over here. So let's pull off. Let me see if you have any more collections. Did you get sued for this account? Is this the account you're getting sued for? I know somebody else was getting sued. Was that you? I need help. They're gonna come for you. You know that, right? Dillard's, CBNA. So Citibank. This is not City. Citizens Bank. So CBNA, Citizens Bank, National, and it's for Dillard's. Original creditors, Dillard's. Okay. Next. Yeah, that's the two. That's the so you got Bureau 1 and Bureau 3. Shit. That's crazy. So that this is legitimately this is holding you back for funding. This is literally holding you back from funding. And it's as simple as that because what happens is when they pull the report, guys, they pull the report, they're going to type in certain leads. Only Dillard's. Well, here's the thing. Where the hell did I put this on? Nope, wrong one. Depend that. Depend that it's got late payments because it's coming up as delinquencies. But I got to look at TransUnion on why that's showing up on TransUnion. Okay, so I want. Uh, there's a real. I don't know why this one's coming up as what you call it. thing. There had to be an issue. There's got to be some. Oh, I know what this is. Shit, I can't see it on this one. I got to go into the code. I have to go to the codex tomorrow. I'll look at it tomorrow, in the morning. There's a file inside of here that's telling you that you have late payments along all of these. That's on the back end that didn't get removed. So realistically, yes, the front end over here is saying that it's good, right? Physically, it's good, but realistically, it's not. You're really up a creek without a paddle with this file right here because this file is it has a late payment in the longer JSON that we have that we convert out for the easy read. Like this is crazy. There's something here. There's something here that the software is not telling that I can't see here, but there is something there. So now, when when we read all this stuff, and we go in, and the software is telling us that, that's what we're going in now. I see all these; have all late payments. Okay, these two are in collections. So realistically, your account is not clean. Miss Howard, which software for credit? This is the funding software. You mean the one that we were going over before? Yeah, give dependent the dependent, yes. Ray, drop a link for Dion software. Yep. That's the key. So now once we do that, you're good. Miss Howard, I think you're way late. We finished a credit class like 25 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. I think right as you came in, we finished credit class. So I'm going over the funding stuff if anybody needs help with funding. So now, Miss Michelle, you would do the same thing. You would go over into the software. You would go through that, and then when you're ready, it will actually take you right into funding. It'll tell you right here to take you into funding. Credit report, or well, this file is not ready, so it doesn't show it. And this file will take you right into funding. So that's the key. So that's what I use, guys. You have to use something like this to let you know what's going on, how to actually go through your system and statements and start to build your statements up. If you don't do this, you're not going to get to that next level. If you don't know what's going on, you're not going to get to that next level. So for this one, guys, this is a single individual use system that we have. If you guys would like access to it, do me a favor. Ray will drop a phone number for you. Okay. And give you access to get into the system. All right. There's the phone number, and there you go. This is not expensive either. It's only $50. It's only $50 a month. Yeah, no problem. So if you text that phone number to Ray, just text link LINK to Ray on the phone number, and he'll definitely. It's $50 for cost of this access because this is single client access. It's only single client access. I can't pull a report for anybody else. If you want a thing to run a business out of here, you want to see the business one. Here's the business one. Not super admin portal. Here we go. Boom. So this is how we run the business. Yes, you came in late. There it is. Ray dropped the link to the YouTube channel. You're more than welcome. So now as you go through that, this is the one over here. Yes, Ray, thank you. So now that we handle that, go over here. And now I can do the same thing. Like Joel was here last week, and that's why I can pull Joel's file up. And I can go through Joel's file. That's why I said I've already pulled him. I could see everything that's wrong with his account. Miss Novetta, I'm gonna pull you into the more advanced one. I just want to see what the more advanced one does. The basic one is for basic, it's just for individuals. This is for businesses. This is for people running credit repair organizations. This is for people that are running funding companies, running mortgage brokerages, running real estate agents, because that's the whole point. They need to make sure they have the data ready to go so that they can lead their client to where they need them to go. If you want if you want one version of the software or the other, go to Ray and text. If you want the basic one, text basic. If you want the more premium one, text elite, and he'll know exactly what it is. Instead of link, text basic or elite, and then he'll send you the link out based on that. Okay. So now I'm running your file again. I'm going into the more advanced filing. Okay. We got late payments on that. We have no bankruptcies. We're good over here. Your score's over here. Now let's go down over here and see where you're at. Yep. Your kickoff needs to be paid down. That other stuff over here needs to go through. So that's the difference. So I'll give you the pay down section, and I can go through with the funding and see if you are funding. When you're ready, look at the cards that we can get you. We can get you up to 12 cards when you're ready. Now nothing should be over here. I don't know why this number's populating, but that's okay. Take a screenshot of this, Ray. This number shouldn't be populating. That's a glitch. But yes, that's it. Now you see both of them at a different thing where you can see the actual funding apparatus. Like I already know what I'm going to go and apply for with her. That's the key. So now when I do that, I can go into funding audit. I can also see what she's after. She's a mid-tier file. And on a personal side, she's 0 to 50K. And on business, she's 51 to 100K. So on the personal side, we're looking at her that she can get anywhere between 0 to 100 to 50K. Yeah. Rick, this skill set for this system is, 2 classes at most. We built it within the mind of KISS. Keep it simple. It's made very, very simple. I have an appointment to run. Mr. Wade, have a great night. Yeah, reach out to Novetta. Reach out to us. I own a funding company now. I reopened my funding company so I can help you get funding. I used to get my free score now included with M2 fee now. No, Tony, I don't think that ever happened. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that I've been here 3 years, unless they did that in the first year before I was here. But in 3 years that I've been here, my free score now was never included. You always had to pay for it. Do I have a login? Miss Howard, I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have a login for what? So you see how I just went through Miss Novetta's file? That's exactly what you need to do. But until you know what needs to be done, you're not going to be able to do it. Make sense? Software. Which software, Ms. Howard? You asked me for the credit repair software before. I'm going over the funding software, so I don't know. You got to be a little more precise with me, so I know exactly what to tell you how to go about it. Guys, come off mute if you can. It makes my life a lot easier. I don't know, Miss Howard. I don't handle that back end. So if you send that information, if you registered to that, yes, you'll have a login. If you haven't registered, then you have to register, then get your login. Finish getting my negatives off, add trade lines or AUs. Trade lines, you want to add, not trade line. Yes, trade lines. You want to add primaries. I'm registered. Okay, so now You're going to go to the registration. You're going to go to the, whatchamacallit, m2phenom.com. So it's m2phenom.com. And you're going to log in. And it's going to look like this. And then this is going to be your username. And then you got to remember what your password is. But this is going to be your username, which is your email address normally. Yes, you're going to want to get a trade line, not an AU. AU can help with age and boost age, but trade line is going to help you actually boost overall fundability. So if you find somebody that has trade lines, that's the way that I would go. Yeah, no problem. So inside of the software, the cool part with the score machine, inside of the software, watch this. Let me show you guys. Inside, if you get the elite version, you'll see it on the calendar every day. So there's class at 8 o'clock tonight, class tomorrow at 8 o'clock. There's a class Friday. There's a master class on Friday. And there's 5 days a week. So every day. Every day there's a green day. That's when we hold a class. Yeah. I use it with Phenom. So Phenom does my disputes, and the other one does my preparation for credit. So I got to know what I'm disputing and how I'm disputing it. So I use the other one to prepare my file to talk to the client. And then after I prepare my file, talk to the client, then I come in and dispute it on Phenom. So that's exactly how I use it. I use them back to back all the time, and it does damage. It does damage. Because if I know a client, if I already know that across all 3 bureaus, a client has 40 negative items, well, realistically, I know that this client's going to cost me a lot of money to work on. So I'm ready to actually have a conversation with the client on what it's going to be. Because what do a lot of people do? They start these credit repair companies, right? And they don't know how much to charge because they don't know what's going on. Well, realistically, if I pull the system, right, and I go to the system and I pull it, and the system gives me, I'm just going to use this as an example. The system gives me, whatchamacallit, a client that has 40 negative items. The system gives that to me. Get the hell out of here. Hold on, give me a second. Sorry, guys. System gives me that it has 40 negative items, right? I know that this client's not going to be cheap to fix. And because I know this client's not going to be cheap to fix, what am I going to do? I got to charge them accordingly. And that's the key. Having that preparation completed and having that done so I know what to do changes everything for me. Realistically, that's what I tend to do, and how I talk to you guys. With that's why I show that to you guys on the funding side. Because if you guys are going into funding, because why we're all going for funding anyway, if we're going for funding, we should have our clients prepared for funding. We don't prep our clients, and because we don't prep our clients, we just fix their credit and we say, okay, I think you're done. When that's not really the case. That doesn't help us. That just puts us in the thing of we think they're done. And that's what I don't want. I don't want to have that we think we're done aspect of where we are going with a file. Yes. Can I shut down the Mac? Why? What happened? Okay, give me. Okay. All right. Give me a second. Should I disconnect and then we'll reconnect tomorrow? I don't need to shut. I don't need to shut it down. As long as I disconnect it, it's fine. Yeah. There you go. Guys, got a great service that I'm dealing with. I have a lot of people that just fix their clients' credits and don't help them afterwards with funding. And that's the key. A lot of people don't help them with funding. A lot of people don't help them with funding because they don't know what to do. So they get with people and they think that funding is simple and easy, and you could do it in quickly in what you call it. You could do it super quick and get it done instantly. But what happens is they don't understand the actual setup of a file. So what happens is I did credit repair. Okay, the client's ready for funding. No, they're not. That's one part of the system. So you have to do credit repair, and you have to do credit restoration. After you do credit restoration, then you put them into funding. That's when you start to succeed. That's when you win, because now you set up the totality of the file. The totality of the file tells you, okay, we're ready to go. We're ready to go into funding. So now, after we are ready to go into funding, now we actually build the clients up to get funded. So that's what I'm saying to you guys. That's what you have to prepare yourself for. A lot of people don't do that. That's what I'm trying to say. They don't do that, and you need to start doing that. I love these gems. Oh, I told you guys I try to give you as many gems as I can so you guys see my value, because guess what? I don't get paid unless you print with me. So I got to make sure that you guys are doing that. So I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you too. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for the people that stayed, man. Like, we had 50 people at one point tonight, and tonight we got 26 of them left. And that's the thing. Like, you guys stay for credit repair. You guys stay for what we're doing over here. This is big. Like, we appreciate what you guys are doing and how you guys are doing it. I really want to thank everybody. And we're here. We're here with you guys. We're here to help you. Like, that's the truth. I don't talk to I don't do that offline anymore. I'll be honest with you. We prep people, and then my team will handle you. So at the end of the day, if you want to talk to Ray, Ray will get you set up. If you're set up, then we'll get you to where you need to be. But I don't take offline calls anymore. I only do classes. When is the next live class? Next Tuesday. I do the live class Tuesday and Wednesday. If you talking about live class for M2, is next Tuesday and Wednesday. Um, Live class for the other stuff is every day. Every day they have a live class. Two different teachers. Just like M2, we got two different teachers on my end as well. Which computer am I controlling? Yes. Good. I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing? Good. Every day, Monday through Friday, sir. Every this course, yes, the basic version, yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir. Both of them have it. No, Metro is not. So different softwares. The yeah. So score machine is just a funding software. Metro's the credit repair software. Yeah, that's cool. Two classes. Two classes. Two classes. So the basic version that we just showed you tonight, that's only for yourself, right? I would normally say that for yourself. We have entry level packages where you can get, like 5 or 6 people. So get with Ray, tell Ray what you're looking for. He'll get you set up on the right package. Um, Ray gave you the phone number, but what happens is to get actual utilization of the software, we have step by step instructions, the whole nine. But the realism of it is actually understanding how a file becomes fundable. And that goes for everybody in this room. It's not just understanding credit repair, it's understanding fundability and credit readiness. If you guys don't understand fundability and credit readiness, that's the key. That's the problem. We need to get you to understand that so we can get you to actually get the people to where they need to be. Because again, guys, with the advent of AI and all this stuff, like right now, Rick, I don't know anything about you, but say you sent me your credit report. I looked at it and I said, okay, um, great. What do I do next? I can literally go online, put your address in, find in your address 5 banks, and send you to five different banks in that address and go get funding. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to get the highest amount. That's not what it's got to do with funding. But that gives you an idea of what funding's about. Funding's about getting your client to the place where they didn't know. And the key is it's not the bank. They know the bank. They don't know why they're getting denied. And our goal is to teach them why they're getting denied. That's the goal. Michelle? Ms. Gat? There you are. Yes, how can I help you? Mm-hmm. Come, Mr. Husband. I said, come, Mr. Husband. Good evening. Mm-hmm. So, what, 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 what do you do me a favor? Just give me a simple version. I guess factoring, all this stuff comes from certain different entities, not the bank itself, but entities give factoring rates. Like MCA companies, private equity lenders, trucking companies deal with a lot of factoring, things like that. But it's not overall used in a lot of situations. Bank gives you an APR loan. So where are you at? What is the direct question that you want me to answer? So if I don't know it, I'm gonna go to my partner tomorrow and ask it to him directly because I'm not the guy that deals with factoring. I'll be honest with you, but I would love to know what the question you have is so I can try to help you bestly. Uh huh. Okay. Okay. So fact you're so that's private equity. So that's factoring is always private equity. I'm always going to let you know that factoring is not bank balance. So what you're going to want to do is, so if you really want to get out of the factoring world, you need something called lines of credit. Okay, not credit cards, lines of credit. We on the same page so far? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, good. So by getting those lines of credit, you have to get a business that's not considered high risk. So I don't know what the actual business that you have is, that business model that you have is, but here's what I would tell you is if you're working in a business that is considered high risk, factoring is always going to be there. The credit worthiness to get to where you need to be is I showed you the software. The software will go in and actually tell you what actual credit worthiness you need to be fundable through your business. So minimum score 730, no negative items, under 30% utilization, at least 5 minimum open primaries, and at least two credit cards with at least $5,000 limit. You want more, but that's the base you want to build. That's your foundation of building your house on. If you have that, I can walk into banks and start to work with you. But here's the thing: If you have a high risk business, you cut my legs off immediately. Doesn't matter what we do. Yes, it is high risk to a certain extent because of the factoring. That's what he's asking, Q. The factoring itself is he has to wait to drive the truck to the load, right? He picks up the load, he drives it to the location, then he drops off the truck, and then he has to wait whatever net 30, net 60, net 90 to get paid. Okay, whatever the thing is, that's trucking industry. I think he's talking about imports, exports, and in that import and exports business that he's talking about, now they're waiting for 6, 8, 10 weeks for the thing to get there. When it gets there, then they deliver it to the client, then the client pays them out for it. Well, they have to put the money up in like escrow where they have to worry about payroll, they have to worry about, paying trucking companies and this other things to move these things around. Am I saying it right, Mr. Gat? Okay. So again, don't know the business 110%, but I have a small idea of what it is. So with the small idea of what I have, what it is, that would be where I would see what you're wrong. And what you're trying to do is you're coming to me and saying, Ali, I want to get a line of credit, or I'm telling you to get a line of credit so I can cover my payroll until I get paid. Is that what you're asking me? Bingo. So first off, you need to find out if your business number and name is considered high risk to the bank. My assumption, it is. Anything with import exports is always going to be high risk because you have to wait on somebody. The bank doesn't like waiting on people. They like a product and it delivered. That's it. If you can't do the A and B with the logistics, you have to rely on this person, this person, this person. It's usually going to, the more people you have to rely on, the more high risk the business becomes. So what I would do is personally have a holdings company. Okay. Your business is an LLC, sir. Okay. I would open up an S corporation. Okay. Talk to your accountant. I know you're going to have an accountant. Talk to your accountant, ask him, would it be wise for us to open up an S corporation and absorb the LLC in the sense of the LLC is owned by the S corp? Now you're going to pay the LLC is going to pay the S corp a management fee. When it pays it a management fee, what happens is that management fee now removes the high risk from the from the import export company and now puts it on the management company. And when you put that information on the management company, what happens is the management company now, well, you can call it enterprise, you can call it whatever you want, right? Now you have a low risk business because now you have instant deliverables. When you have those instant deliverables, you look low risk in the banks. Now you can open up a line of credit, which you can then use to pay and work with your other companies. That's the key. Does that make sense of what I just said? If you don't want to do the restructuring thing, you don't want to go down that way, that's fine. What I would do is the first thing I would do is walk into the bank before you even know anything. Find out if your business is high risk in any bank in your area. Go to at least 5 of them. You can pick up the phone and call me. Call them. That is the key. I would start there. Is my business high risk? If your business is high risk, then don't, what I just told you, the game I just gave you, that's what you go. That's the line you go down. If your business is not high risk, then ask them, what is the minimum score that I need to open up a line of credit in my business? For example, let me see. If I remember, I think Chase, oh, hold on, I got the wrong mouse. Give me a second. There we go. I think Chase has a line of credit. Let me do business line of credit. Chase business line of credit. Here you go. Here you go. But you got to go into the bureau into the branch to find the branch. There you go. Done. I literally just gave you a whole line. Go at it. Mr. Gadd, I charge 15% for that. So whatever you mind, if you want to cut me a check, that'd be nice. No. no, I'm joking. I'm joking, Mr. Gat. I'm joking, Mr. Gat. I literally, I just love giving out the knowledge. I always tell everybody, I just love telling people. I just want to make sure you helped and you get to where you need to get to. That's really the key. Just get to where you need to get to. All right. I'm gonna get Floyd, and then I'll come back to you and you can answer your second question. All right, Michelle. All right, perfect. Floyd, what up? Because I know you left and came back, so I want to get you before God forbid something happens. Yeah. I f- I finished I finished that class. That class has been over with. So I have some of the students that just stayed on, and I instead of starting a whole new brand new Zoom room, I just stay in here and just talk with them. Bro, yeah, I just literally, yeah, I just whatever questions anybody asks, I just work with them. I own I own my own funding software, so I give people the option to go in and see the funding software because it doesn't do credit repair. So the one thing that I do, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay. The one thing that I do is I stick to my credit card stacking game. My business partner does that end of the business. Okay. Reason that that we go down different areas because of that. But here's the certain things. First off, you can't develop a relationship with a business if you don't walk into the business. How are they gonna know who you are, Floyd? If you don't show up to this class, how do you know I exist? So you got to show up to the bank. Okay. You got to show up to the bank. You got to talk to the business. You got to talk to the business relationship managers. Okay. Open up an account and put at least a minimum of $10,000 in that account. And the minute that you start doing that, people are going to start calling you. People are going to want to start sitting down with you. When they want to start sitting down with you and having a conversation with you, that's when you can start to go into these revenue based things and ask them that immediately. I own X, Y, and Z company. Okay. And they don't like people that charge for their products. So turn around and say, like, I do business setup, I get, do business consulting, the X, Y, and Z. And what I do is I get my clients access to the banks and people to help them get revenue based lending. So what can I do to get my clients over to you? Okay, because to a certain point that they need that. Well, what products do you have for revenue based lending, et cetera? So what's going to happen is you're going to get that client, that business relationship manager. They're going to turn around and tell you, okay, this is what we have. Okay, and I'm going to tell you something. Hold on, let me make sure. Put my here, mine for Chase right now. And hold on here, Chase. Like I have Apple Bank. I practice what I preach. I always say that. I have them all inside my drawer. I pick up the phone. I call them. Hey, so and so, I need X, Y, and Z. Hey, so and so, I do this. I got Bank of America calls me once a month. Hey, and what happens is you start to build a rapport with them. Okay. Now my business is doing money, and when my business is doing money, they want me to have as many products as I can inside their business because they make more money. Every credit card that they have, everything that they have. So they want you to have business. So they want you to refer business. So how they refer business is they look through all that stuff. So now when you're sitting down with me and you call me, you're like, Ali, I want you to give me the game. That's the game. You don't come to me to ask you that question. You go to the source. Whatever the source is, that's who you need to talk to. Here, you see Blue Vine? Blue Vine came up when I was doing business line of credit. Blue Vine over here. I picked up the phone, I called Blue Vine, and I said, I want to sit down with one of your people over here, and I want to do X, Y, and Z. Okay. They got me a person on the phone that I could sit down with them, do X, Y, and Z at that time. And they put me over to the affiliate company. Now that I was getting paid out to do Blue Vine, what you call business lines of credit. I I made me a it made me an affiliate when they still had the affiliate program because that's something that they had. You don't know what they're going to offer you until you walk through that door and start to talk to somebody. So I don't know of any good ones. So if you have something, send it over to me. I would love to see them. I would love to see them. I'd love to go through that because that's also a broker program as well. So that it's on both of those things, and also finding out that's a really good thing. So again, I'm not afraid to say I don't know something. Okay, I would love. I would love to see that because that's awesome. I don't even care if they don't offer revenue based lending. If they give me the ability to refer any product and get paid on it, oh my God, all day long, all day long. Like that's the, and guys, I'm this is different game that people are talking about over here that you guys don't. You guys got to grasp. If I can go to a bank or an ISO program like Mr. Floyd is talking about, right? And the ISO program is Independent Sales Organization. That's what ISO stands for. Okay. And I have a marketing thing and I can bring them 5,000 clients a month. I can bring them 100 clients a month. I can bring them 200 clients a month. And I go to them and I said, here we go. I'm going to put them over there. Here's what happens. Every time that I hand them 100 clients a month, they're going to give me money. And they're going to keep giving me money over and over and over and over again, where realistically, now I'm getting paid from the bank, not from the client. And that's how we actually kill the funding industry is the bank has to go in their purse and pay the person that's bringing them there. But guess what? The bank is cheap. They don't want to pay people. So they don't ever want to go in their purse. Make sense? See? Mr. Floyd, if you have any of those ISO programs, please, I would love to see, especially American Express, uh, Ray. Yes, yes, I'm gonna go back to Miss Michelle. Yes. Mm. well, are you trying? Are you trying to get all my game? Okay, Dion. So, like I said, class is over. Dion, I'm one of Dion's number one trainers. So, Dion has me training on his credit repair software, and then once it's done, then I can go in a little bit of everything. Because realistically, I get paid for printing. So if you print out of the credit repair software, I work with that. Let me switch this game up on you. Okay. So you asked me why would I tell Michelle's husband to do that in the game? There's other avenues that we can go down. So open up the S corp actually is a game is the easy game because anybody with an accountant can call their accountant tomorrow, open me up an S corp, or go on Busy, go on any of these companies, open up an S corp, get that set up, get your EIN, get all this stuff, and you're ready to rock and roll, right? But that's not the game. That doesn't get you funding. What gets you funding? Shelf corps. Get the shelf corp. Get the shelf corp, get a shelf S corp, take the shelf S corp, use that with the returns, and then go get funding that way. That's what we do, and we charge a premium for that. Mm. Yeah, but when we do an established shelf corp, we drop the price down. Now, here's the difference between me and everybody else. I don't charge 10% for my fee. You know what I charge? 15. No, I go up. I don't, Mr. Floyd, I don't want clients. No, I want everybody. I want everybody to put this in perspective. I don't want clients because what happens when you want clients? Mr. Farley, did you just have a baby? Brejan, did you just have a baby? Yo, I want to tell this guy that's commitment right there. If this man, did you just have a baby, bro? God bless, bro. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Shit, man. I'm like, I recognize that. That's the baby bin. I was just there a year and a half ago. Congratulations, brother. Yeah, I tell you guys, I'm always watching I'm always watching everything that's going on. Um, no problem. What happens is everybody turns around and says, I want as many clients as the system can handle. That's a problem because we get good and bad clients. I don't want to put good money in front. I don't want to I don't want to put good money in front of bad money. So what happens is I'd rather turn around and get a bunch of people that actually understand my pricing structure and go down that way. Because what happens is now everybody can eat. So if I charge 15%, guess what? I got a guy that can go do it for 10. Great. Go to the guy that can do it for 10. When you're done and he doesn't get you what you ask for, beautiful. Come back to me and I'm going to charge you 20. And people sit there, they're in astonishment and they come back. They come back. You want $1 million? There's not many people that can fund $1 million. But there's people that know the game. I just gave one of the biggest tidbits out on that is get the shelf corp and then fund through the shelf corp. Now, there's a bunch of things that you have to do. I didn't give all the game out, but that's the key. Yes, and we're doing that with all our high risk businesses. We're doing that with all our high risk businesses. We're doing it. And right now, guys, I want everybody to do an audit of your business. Audit of yourself. Do an audit of your business. If I'm considered high risk, well, I don't want to be considered high risk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my high risk business and I'm going to open it up as an LLC. But then I'm going to open up an S corp on the top, okay? And I'm going to have my LLC owned by the S corp and I'm going to pay all my profits to the S corp. So every month when I'm done, after everything's paid off, credit cards are paid off, everything, I don't pay profits. I pay it up, which means the business, some people leave $1,000, whatever, but the business technically makes zero. It breaks even, okay? Which is got that every business breaks even. Why they pay it up? Why are they paying it up? The more they pay it up, the better off they are. The better off they are because the more money, if I have 7 individual pots and they're paying it up to the S Corp, well, guess what? The S Corp just turned into one thing. And I have 7 entities paying me one entity, and that one entity changes everything. I have an S Corp with my wife. Our S Corp, I have one LLC owning, and the one LLC is paying up already. I have more businesses coming in, and those more businesses will wind up paying that as well. And that's a real build of how to build into that system. Called architecting a system, ladies and gentlemen. You have to architect your financial system. Michelle, you had a question. I want to come and answer your question. Thank you for being so patient. Where'd she go? Michelle. There you go. Let me ask you a question. Let me truly ask you a question. You guys own a business, right? You and your husband own a business, right, Michelle? Okay. Oh well, I'm gonna give it to you as if you owned it. Then you take what I just gave you and you go from there. Why don't you try contacting Bank of America tomorrow and see if you can get a auto loan inside of your business to then go over there because all they have to see is that you're making money. I think you can get up to 50,000 if I remember correct on an auto loan. Give that a shot. Yeah, that's definitely a shot. And again, I'm shooting in the wind. I don't have anything on you. I'm just literally taking shots and shooting it in the wind and hope something hits. Mm-hmm. So, a disputed item can be something that you've done over the phone, can be something that has been done through an app. It could be anywhere. Now, I'm not. It could and let me. It should give you a date on the disputed item, like hers did. It said May on hers. So it gives you the date on the disputed items. At least my software was able to pull it. Some of the other softwares are not. I can look at the back end and see. But with that information, where you have that, it'll tell you when that item was disputed and how to work from there. Make sense? There you go. Yeah, no problem. So now I think I've proven. I said so. This is comes that time where I see at the end of class where I watch and I see who's in the room, right? And I can tell who's gonna stay, who's hanging out, and who's staying because they're just waiting for me to keep dropping gems. So everybody in here is the dropper. I can almost put that you're the drop a gem person. You're waiting for me to drop gems. So at the end of the day, if we don't, yeah, oh, we get to that point. I know. So there's a point. It's a teeter point. You'll see everybody at the beginning of class. It'll be real high, right? And then as each minute goes by, you'll watch it go down and down and down and down and down. And just people just keep dropping off. I got to go do this. I don't want to listen to this person. I don't want to do this. I don't want to listen to that. Whatever. Right. And then it gets to when we get into the real length of the class. I don't ever give the gems away in the beginning of class. I don't give any. I give garbage away in the beginning, in the first hour and a half of class. I give garbage away. It's when we get to this time where I get the people that are staying on, the people that are on YouTube right now that are actually listening, that are staying on for hours on end going on. I got two people on right now. That Chingon, man, we're gonna become filthy rich, filthy wealthy rich, like Richie Rich. Knowledge is power, but you can't gain knowledge without having patience. Rick, knowledge is power, but what happens is people don't want to have power. That's the scary thing. Because ready? You just said an amazing line, knowledge is power. So if we know that knowledge is power, where is all the real power in the world held? When I say this shit is gonna make people go nuts, I'm gonna fuck with a lot of people right now. Where's all the real power held, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, let me answer it this way. Is the real power held in any diplomat's office? Any president's office, senator in the United States, any prime minister across the country? Is it held in any of those offices? Nope. Exactly. Is it held in any university? Well, let me change that. Is it held in any school? Okay. You just answered no to a lot of questions. Is it held in a hospital? I know I'm asking weird questions right now, but no, right? Ready? I'm gonna ask you this one. So, if knowledge is power, is the power held in the library? Is the power held in the library? Miss Novetta, you're 100% right. It's not you will say yes. You know it's yes because it's power is in the books. The knowledge is in the books. The knowledge is in the books. But guess what? We are not patient enough to read the books. And because we are not patient enough to read the books, that was what Mr. Rick was saying. We don't want the power. People don't want power, they want comfort. They want comfort. They don't want power. They want comfort. Everybody is going out to do the next thing to why? It's to fight the comfortability. Now, the ones that want power, I'll tell you something, they go and earn it. And they go and earn it real quickly. You know how they earn it real quickly? They lock themselves in a library for hours on end. You know how I know that? I was one of those jackasses. I locked myself in a library for at least 3 months. And every day studied. I studied the law every day. It said you want to hide something, information, put it on a book, still stands to this day. Mr. Rick, you want me to tell you something, Mr. Rick? It's not just from black people. It's from all people. It's from all people, brother. You want to know why it's all people? Because all people are fucking lazy. You want my answer? You know why I could say that? I'm in the 1%. I'm in the 1%. Do you know how long took me to get to the 1%? Do you know why I teach this class? Let me tell you why I teach I'm gonna strut my shit a little bit, right? I'm gonna teach you why I teach this class. I started my credit repair business 15 years ago. When I started my credit repair business, I realized something about credit repair. Credit repair is not a make me rich business. You know what is a make me rich business? Not, excuse me. Yes, make me rich. You know what is a make me rich business? Funding. So you know what I stopped doing? I stopped selling credit repair. You know what I started selling? I started selling funding. You know why I stopped selling funding? Why I started selling funding? Because for the same 5 clients on credit repair that I charge $1,000, the same 5 clients may be $20,000 on funding. Same effort, same system, same everything. Okay. So when we sit down and we go through all this stuff and we see that, I started to lock myself in rooms to get to that piece of being successful. And what did I realize? I don't care what color, race, creed you are. Don't matter what it is. I could tell who I'm dealing with on the phone by when I say the price. Ready? When I start to talk high prices, I can tell the ignorance in the person immediately what they put their value on. And they say, "Why, Ali? Why are you saying ignorance?" If I tell you my credit repair costs $10,000, And I've done this before in class last week. I'll tell you, it cost $10,000. You guys are gonna walk away, and I can use the same software that's up on the screen that we've built that we've gone over here. I can use the same software over here. I can go in, I can generate the letters and charge you $10,000. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna pay me $10,000? Some people are gonna say no. Some people are gonna say yes. The ones that'll say no, the reason you won't pay me $10,000 is because you don't realize how important credit is. You were never taught how important credit is. And let's be real, we all went through the same garbage public school system, which gave us the same garbage public the garbage public out school outreach to get us to that next level. And when we got out of public school, what did we do? We didn't do shit. We were told to go to college because if we go to college, we're gonna get a good job, which that was a fucking lying crock of shit. Okay. And we were left with $120,000 in debt. Okay. We were left with $120,000 in debt. We were left with a piece of paper that was good enough to wipe my asshole with. Right. And I could do nothing. I could get nowhere in life. Nobody would hire me. I was overqualified for everything that I did. Okay. And where did I end up? I ended up opening up my own business. I ended up mowing lawns. I ended up doing whatever the hell I could to make wherever I could. And you want to know something? That's a majority of people's story. That's a majority of fucking people's story. You know why? Because I wouldn't go work in the damn city. I wouldn't become a slave, a hamster on the damn wheel. Now, guess what? I put myself in the library. I started studying in the library. And you want to know something? I treated it as a job. 10 o'clock every day, I got up. Library closed at 6. I went to the library from 10 to 6 every day for 3 months because I couldn't get a damn job. My parents told me, what are you doing in the library every day? I'm studying. Studying for what? Life. I was building something called becoming an architect. What? And I'm not talking about like an architect that builds houses, an architect of business, an architect of understanding and finance. Okay. When I became this architect, right, I started to succeed. I started to understand. I got pulled into a credit repair business with my dad. My dad's friend opened up a credit repair business. My dad invested into the company and I went to go work. I worked for free. $0. Zero. For 8 months straight. Learning every single day. I didn't make a paycheck. Imagine a 23-year-old kid couldn't even take a girl out on a date, get alone, get a job somewhere, get alone, do anything. But guess what I was doing? I was soaking up everything that these guys said. The reason that I'm in this room right now is because of that opportunity. The gentleman that I was put in the room with was a genius in the credit repair industry. And guess who he's friends with? The guy who made the software. So when we have that, when we have these opportunities, we got to grab life by the horn, but you have to have value. If you don't have value, they didn't need it. So the guy turns around and says, like, look, I don't need this kid. I don't need him to work for me. Guy goes to him and goes, basically, shut up. You're gonna take him regardless. Came in, I blew his socks off after a week and a half of working with him. I'd redesigned all the systems, everything that I learned how to architect, I redesigned it all to be in that way. That's what Ray does. Ray does it with me. Ray took my brain and put it into a system. So now, as we build out all this stuff and we go through all this stuff, you guys got to understand, you start architecting your system. You have to be the one to say, fuck it, I'm going to the library today. If you can't go to the library, get a book, read it at home. So let me check it out. No problem, Rick. Yeah. The key is you have to open up the book that other people are afraid to open up. I have a book a friend of mine gave me, How to Be a Better Boss. I've been reading that book. Why? You see my employees, guys, they're in the room. They're working. They look exhausted. And you want to know something? It's 11 o'clock. Steve, Marco, Ezra, you guys are good to go. You guys can leave. Ray, we'll do another little bit and then you guys, all right? Gentlemen, go. Thank you, boys. There you go. So at the end of the day, my kid, those are like my kids. Like I want to be better to my for my kids in that sense. I want to be the best boss that I possibly can. So I got a book to read it. Why? You know what? You want to know the best freaking thing that happened in this world? You want to know the best thing that happened in this world? It's fucking AI. For the lazy person, AI happening was the best freaking thing in the world. Because you know what I do? I take a whole synopsis of a book and I put it into the AI and tell me what the hell this book said. Break it down for me. Give me a chapter by chapter breakdown. Holy crap, what that does for you. Oh, okay. I get a chapter by chapter breakdown with an AI. I did that with Rich Dad Poor Dad. I did that with a couple of different books. And that's the key. AI is amazing. AI is amazing because it made a person who's lazy not be able to become productive. I was talking to my team today. Ray, can you show me? Can you send me Unity Financial's not website, the generated letter for our clients? Just send me the letter. Did you send me the actual letter? Yeah, no problem. Send it to me on Slack. Watch this. I'm gonna show you guys something. This is what AI did today. Okay. I used to have to do all this stuff by hand, but AI made a person who now knows more powerful. Every single person that's in here becomes more powerful. Every single person in here becomes more powerful. Why? Look at this. This is from my funding company. Let me show you guys this. I love this. I love this. This is from my funding company. Logo, breakdown, the whole thing. We set this up. We give the whole thing. I sent this out to my client. This is what's wrong with your file. This is what needs to be fixed. Everything that needs to be done. Here's your analysis, all the stuff. Guess what? AI helped me design this. So because AI helped me design this, what does it look like? Now I look like a $1 billion organization and I do a few $1,000s a month. But guess what? That's what AI does. So the books, all the stuff that we have, we got to go and find a way to get it. Good job, Miss Howard. You were ahead of the game. You were ahead of the game. I watch all these people. You know my algorithm on Instagram is AIs and faith. AIs and faith. Why? These are the only two things that matter to me at this moment. AI and faith. AI helps me build the business. Faith keeps me grounded. That's where you guys go. Like that's the books, all the stuff. Like if you ask me what's the last good book I read, realistically, the last good book I read was The Art of War. Why? Why The Art of War? Well, ladies and gentlemen, whether you want to believe it or not, business is war. Every single day you come to business, you go to war. You go to war with your competitors. You got to get ready to be at war. So if I know what to do before the other business does it, because realistically, the art of war is not going to battle. Period. is being ahead of the battle. So what did I tell everybody? If anybody knows me with the score machine has been in development for 3 years. It's been out for a year and a half. Okay, it's been out of beta for 6 months. We launched June of last year, and we're doing okay. I'm not gonna say that we're doing amazing. We're doing okay. But what is so great about the score machine that nobody else can compete with? I live by the art of war. I will always outdevelop them. So there is no war. That's the key. So now the same thing with every single person that's in here. Go the opposite way. If you open up a credit repair company, right? Because we were doing credit repair today. If you're going to open up a credit repair company, what are you going to do to be different than everybody else? Because you have to go to war with the other credit repair companies. What makes you different? Then, when you find out what makes you different, amplify it and then beat them on every other front. Same thing with the funding companies. Same thing with the funding companies. This gentleman over here, Mr. Fortune, Mr. Floyd, comes to me and tells me revenue-based funding. Revenue-based funding, realistically, a lot of it stopped after COVID. Why? Because a lot of banks got caught with their pants down after COVID because of that. While in COVID, because of the shutdown that they never planned for. So because they knew that, guess what happened? Guess what happened? The businesses, they stopped doing revenue-based funding. So you have to go into the bank and find what bank is doing revenue-based funding. Then when you find out what bank is doing revenue-based funding, you double and triple down inside of it. He's got broker networks. Yes, the broker networks work as well. So now he's already ahead of somebody that doesn't know that information. I'm ahead because I can underwrite a file in 30 seconds. I literally can underwrite a file in 30 seconds. Yes, I may have to do a little manual work, but I'm going to underwrite a file in 30 freaking seconds. So now the company that has to manually underwrite a file, they can pull it into the software, but they have to manually underwrite a file to a certain extent. Guess what? Guess what? We're already beating them. If they're 45 seconds, if they're a minute, they're 2 minutes, I'm already 30 seconds ahead of them. Time is money. Time is money. That's the key. So now, for everybody that I'm going through a lot of stuff with you guys because I'm giving you guys such a large outlook of everything that's going on. Because it's not just credit repair. You're creating an ecosystem. This ecosystem is the financial world. The financial world starts with many businesses. Well, let me ask you a question. What is big right now? What is a hot business that everybody's pushing right now in the finance world? Let's see how many people paying attention. Nope. AI has got nothing to do with finance, Mr. Carlos. AI helps with finance, but it's got nothing to do with finance. Think about the finance world. What's a hot business that we see people pushing? Funding. Funding's a good one, but there's something hotter right now. Ms. Brenda, I can't read your lips right now, sweetheart. You got to type it. Stop cryptos. Always there. CDFI. What's CDFI? Automations is not finance. Stocks and crypto is old. It's not. It would always go stock and customer service. Customer service, not finance, Tony. Think about finance. Things to do with your financials, with your money. Lending, funding, all that all fall for digital products all fall under that stuff. There's a business model right now that everybody is pushing so freaking hard. It is not even funny. You ready? Alternative lending, CDFI. I'd never heard of that. I'm gonna look into it. Ready? Ready for this? Taxes. Tax preparators. Holy shit, there's been a boom of tax preparers that is going out of freaking style. Right? And now everybody's going, yeah, oh shit, I didn't think about that. That's got to do with your finances, guys. That's a part of my business model. Okay, Rick, here we go. Ecosystem. Ready? Ready? Here's the ecosystem. How do I get free clients? Well, I'm a tax accountant. There we go. Thank you, Miss Howard. Look at this. January, February, March, right? Here we are. Oh my God, Rick, you really just setting me up for fucking success over here. Ready? Watch what you do. January, February, March. When we're getting our system ready, we're marketing our tax business. When we market our tax business, what else do we have? We have access to their finances, ladies and gentlemen. We know these people are not doing well. Because we know when they're not doing well, what do? We push them off into the credit repair business. There's our credit repair business clientele. Now, we don't have to change our marketing. Okay? Because guess what happens? Businesses still need taxes. Well, what's the next business that we add to our ecosystem? That's funding. Well, I just added credit repair. I just added funding. Well, when I add the credit repair and the funding, what does that do? The credit repair and the funding, I'm just adding another circle right here, right? The funding now gives me the ability to sell those businesses money. Ready? Now, Mr. Rick said it one more time. What are those people that have this money in these businesses? They need IULs and trust and other accounts set up. That's another thing of the ecosystem. And they all came in from the tax preparation. This is what called being an architect, guys. You architect your business to feed. One business feeds all the businesses. One business brings in. I want to start learning funding. Where should I start? With me. That's easiest answer I can tell you. Show up to class, ask questions. Show up to class, ask questions. I'm not charging anything right now. When I set up my funding mentorship is going to be $15,000. But you guys should be able to get funding. You guys should be able to get your credit clean first. Focus on getting credit clean first and understanding files. These are my classes, guys. These are my funding classes. You got to come with questions. I gave a lot of funding data away tonight, which you guys didn't even realize. That software is everything inside of my brain for funding. Those other classes that we have, those are my teachers teaching you guys funding strategies. But I'll give you one more for tonight. We talked about S-Corps. We talked about high-risk businesses. We talked about banking relationships. I'll give you one more. I see, Carlos, you never know what you're coming for, bro. Got to put those ears on and just listen. Just got to put those ears on and listen, because when we go crazy, we go crazy. I didn't leave. I know you're still here. Okay? When we go crazy, we go crazy. Okay? Okay? I'll give you guys something powerful. Okay? I'll give you something powerful for funding. The file is more important than the number. The file is more important than the number. That's why we learn credit repair first. We get good at credit repair first. Because if I know how to create the best file, I can just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Fun. I'm gonna do basic math for you guys right now. Ready? Let's go. Basic math. How many days in a month? On average, 30 days. I'm gonna break it down even crazier. 4 weeks, 7 days is 28 days. Okay? Right? So 4 weeks times 7, 28 days. Okay? We're gonna go every month. It's got 28 days. We're not gonna go 30 days. Okay? Every month's got 28 days. Okay? If I go 28 days, right? And I get a client a day, that's 20 clients. What's the average funding file? Right now in the United States, the average funding file is 100K. You guys can charge 0.10. That's $10,000. Times 1 a day, that's 28 days. That's 280. That's $280,000. That's $250,000 a month times 12 months. That's $3.6 million. It's just file. That's just doing one file a day. One file a day at an average of $10,000. Now, does that happen all the time? No. But what do you need? You need marketing. Marketing is the key. Learn marketing and you shall succeed. You shall succeed. Because whoa, let's say this, right? Say we start out with 5 files a month. 5 files a month at 10,000 a file is 50 grand. I'm gonna say this to everybody in this room right now. That number will change your life. $50,000 will change your life in 1 month. If you don't believe me, I'm gonna really break it down to you in such a different level. You will go, I still don't know marketing, Carlos. I'm a horrible marketer. I still don't know it. But you know what I'm good at? Relationships. I'm good at building relationships. So, where I fail in one thing, somebody else may be good. So, what do? I build a relationship with said person to give me that. Then I go over there and I do what needs to be done. And I kick ass and take names. Does that make sense? For everybody in this room, what that means is I start a funding company tomorrow. And I don't want to market funding right now because I'm not the best at it. But I know that I can start showing my proof. So what do? I go to. I'm gonna use one. I'm gonna give you guys a hack that I haven't tried yet. I can't wait to try it. I'm gonna go to a pastor of a congregation. I asked the pastor. Okay, I asked the pastor. I want to be the one that does free credit repair for everybody inside of this congregation as long as I can get funding. And I will tithe whatever I need excess to the church. For example, if I go in and I make 10%, I'll tithe 2 points to the church. I think it's 2 points that you're supposed to do, if I remember correctly. 2 points to the church. That's $2,000 for every 10 that you make. Okay, and boom, and you just fly. You just fly at that point because all you got to do is speak in front of an audience. And then the better you get, the more you make, and you go from there. But you just got to start moving. If you don't move, you're not going to make money. If you're standing still, you're not going to make money. High school seniors as well. Really? Rick, I want to hear high school seniors. What are you doing with high school seniors? Really? Why? That's a new one. Okay. Let me add something to that. How about I add something huge to that? Why don't you teach them how to buy businesses that people are getting ready to retire from, right? So now, even if they don't want to start a funding company, they can do something that is going to always net them income, positive income. It's exactly what I'm working on right now. Get with a business broker in your area. Let the business broker find you what you're doing at. Going to high school senior. Do you want to go to college? No? Okay. Let's do this, and this. Let's get you into business and start making you money. I'm going to say this to everybody. Not everybody's cut out to go to college. I should have never been in college. I should never went to college. There was no need for me to go to college. But I did it to keep my parents' mouth shut. Like I said, what was that piece of paper good for? For me to wipe my own behind with. So, at the end of the day, if I would have got a business that I would love to take over, I wanted to take over a mechanic shop. I'll be honest with you. But again, I love building businesses. Um, if I would have taken over the mechanic shop, I would have been happy. A performance shop, welding, whatever the case may be. Um, Give them the skills to succeed in that business. What is that skill? Well, learning how to manage books, learning how to what's the difference between EBITDA and ROI and all this stuff. Once they start to learn that, and I'll be honest with you, I still don't understand what the freaking EBITDA is. But I'm working on learning it. Okay, but when you have all this stuff and you start to learn all this stuff and you teach them that, that's the key. They already get into cash flow in business now. They're ahead of their peers. They're already in debt. They already beat the debt margin because they're already in debt 4 years before their peers. But here's something they have. They have something to show them, and they can go to school at night if they want to with a cash flow in business. And usually, what happens is they wind up buying four or five or six of them. I have a kid that I was just talking to today. He's like, I need to get out of debt because I want to buy the owner's tow truck business. He goes, I love it. He goes, it's easy work. He goes, why wouldn't I want to buy this business? I was like, okay, I love it. Mm-hmm. 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 I, I agree. I agree. And that's the key. But we got to keep giving them the opportunity to get whatever it is, and it doesn't matter what state you're in. The people need help and they need guidance and everything. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got my friends that are all idiots. They're all working jobs that they all hate. And I told one of my friends the same thing. I said, look, what do you like to do? And he goes, I like to do X, Y, and Z. Um, I turned around and said I went online. I looked it up, and I was like, look, right now there's a mechanic shop for sale 2 blocks away from your house. Guy wants to sell. He wants 400,000. Ali, I don't got 400,000. He goes, owner finance. You got to put 20,000 up. You got 20,000? No, I don't got 20,000. You got credit cards? Yeah, I got credit cards. $2,000 limit, $3,000 limit, and $8,000 limit. I was like, my heart sank when I heard this shit, man, because I was like, I do this shit for a living. I do this shit for a living. I tell them I have a $500,000 in credit. Like, I don't want that much credit. I'm gonna get myself into trouble because you have no ability to understand how to spend your money. But we keep going into it, and it goes crazy where he could have bought himself something that he wanted, but he didn't even have $20,000 to put it up because he was never, again, somebody in my own group was never taught to be in that sentiment. So, Rick, like I said, you got to lead him in the water. Tony, looking for funding. What's your rates, bro? I told you I charge 15%. That's a one flat fee for whatever we get you, except if we have to go down the S corp way. If we got to go down the S corp way, I'll let my business partner come and handle that. My business partner will be back at work next week. We can set up a meeting. Get my phone number. We'll definitely give you a hand. Look, we'll definitely give you a hand on figuring out what's the best situation for you. And if there's business there that we can work out, I can always work numbers with somebody. That's the key. I love working numbers with people. If there's synergy, if there's investments, things that could be brought in, great. So I love working with people like that, and that goes for everybody in this group. If you could bring business, bring business. What? I got a lot of businesses. Oh shit. Um, I'm a gator for pace. They'll give you up to 30%. Up to 30. I thought you were playing for 50. I thought you were playing 15% for families robbery. What do you mean? I have a tax press business and a spa. Oh my God, you guys got businesses going through the thing. I love the spa business. Talk to me, Tony. Let's see. I'll put my what you call it. I'll put my business partner on the phone with you. Whatever you want, we'll go from there. Like I said, first off, we make sure we fundable and we go from there. How much you looking for, man? When I was doing funding full time, my first month, we did $3.5 million in our first month in funding. Full time. Pre-COVID. All right. Any other questions before I end class tonight? Getting tired. Chel's like, yes, me. I want to talk. I want to talk. Big difference for business and equity 700. Yeah, brother, it's a lot different for businesses. But like I said, you got my number here. That's my office line. Text me that. Text me. That's my office line. I get it. We'll sit down and have a convo. I ain't scared. Anybody else have any other questions? Look at all you guys. Transcript? I don't know. I don't know how to get the transcript from the system. I could see if Ray can try to extract the transcript tomorrow. Rick, I don't know if that's possible. But go on a YouTube chat. I don't have a phantom. I removed the phantom. You had you had the phantom. I really don't put the phantoms back in class. Um Rick, message us tomorrow. We'll figure something out tomorrow. We'll try to figure something out tomorrow. Yeah, I got it. They'll pay up to 30% for 6 months. You got 30% up. What are you getting? A factor rate, bro? Yeah, you're talking about bridge loan. Yeah, I got you. I got you. That's my partner's side of the business, Tony. I'll be honest with my partner handles all that shit. What happened? Oh yes. Where is it? Up on the top of the screen. Okay, let me stop sharing this. Oh, hold on, hold on. Where is it over here? This one is not turned on. This one is not. I was, but I'll get it tomorrow. That's not an issue. Second motion I regard. Yes, I will get it tomorrow. I'll go through it. I'll get it. Even if I have to put it through Otter or something, I'll get it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, all my people on YouTube. How's everybody? Are we good? Good. Much greater here. Second. Yes. Thank you. Good night, everybody. I'll see everybody mañana. I gave a couple of people my phone number, my office line. We'll figure out. We're getting you guys training on the other stuff, and we'll go from there. I accepted a lot of people on Facebook. I'll see everybody tomorrow, right? Not tomorrow. I will see you everybody on Tuesday next week. Tony, it was a pleasure. Rig was pleasure. Michelle, pleasure. Roger, congratulations on